1, fight!
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Tournament Fights. This is episode 137, Best Movie Remakes. And yeah, if anyone can find out where you can buy any of these posters, I just found a bunch of alternate posters, but I talked to Austin offline, like seriously, we'd love to have like literally any of these. Like I found some pretty cool ones, which is funny. Not all movies have like cool alternate posters like that. Just these ones. I just went with the ones I could find. But yeah, I am your host for tonight, Jordan, the movie hero Anderson, and yeah, we're doing best remakes in honor of the Little Mermaid, a live action remake, and which if you've followed me on social media, I have yet to see because I'm like really nervous about this movie. I'll probably watch it on streaming or something. So, but anyways, we'll go ahead and we'll introduce our panel for tonight. Let's see, we'll start with Austin Pez Howell.
Yeah, what's up?
How's it going?
Wearing a shirt of mine, one I always champion, a little body snatchers there.
Oh, nice.
A movie I love a lot, but yeah, we kind of dipped our toes in, Jacob and I did, in the shallow end with a podcast about movies, kind of talking about a couple remakes, just to sort of, dip our toes in the shallow end, get our feet wet. Now we're kind of diving in head first into the deep end of the nice clear water. Friday will be a whole different story. It'll be like the murky creek water.
Nice.
Friday.
Yeah, right.
But no, tonight we'll be talking about some good stuff, and yeah, we'll see which one's come out on top here.
Yeah, and even though I haven't seen the Little Mermaid yet, which I will eventually see it, but I did hear one of the songs, and it might be the worst Disney song I've ever heard in my entire life. It's the Scuttlebutt one.
Yeah, it's one of the worst.
Trying to rap like
Lin-Manuel
Miranda.
It's awful.
Like, what are we doing?
Awful. Yeah, Lin-Manuel Miranda has proven that he needs to stay far away from these movies and just do his own like Broadway shows. Like these things are bad.
Just do Broadway. Like he's actually pretty good at that, but don't mess with Disney. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But we also have Richie Goodacre. What's up?
Uh-oh.
Oh, I did, Stephen. Hello. Hey. No, it's good. It'd be good to dive into the gold before we get into the trash heap. So
yes.
It'd be good. And a lot. Some of these I won't have the originals to compare it to because they're remakes of like obscure stuff. But let's see what happens. So it's good.
Well, no, that's the good thing is it with this tournament you can either judge it on how good of a remake is if you've seen the original, or if it's just if you think it's a really quality movie. So however you want to vote for, you can vote. So that's
And we also have joining us Malcolm Lay. How's it going, Malcolm?
It's going good. Just do this.
Yeah, sounds good. We also have Brian Nussbaum.
Hey guys, good talk for remakes. The only good Miranda song is probably "You're Welcome" from Barber.
Right, yeah, that one actually is pretty good. But and then last but certainly not least, we have Jacob Barber.
Hey, just in time. Time. Good job.
I'm here.
Yeah. Cool.
Nice. Sounds good. But yeah, so Austin, you want to break it down and let me know how it's gonna work?
Yeah, no, definitely. No, we took got 64 good remakes here in the bracket. They've all been kind of randomized. There's no seeding here. We'll bring them up one by one. Again, should be a pretty good tournament. A lot of good movies in here, and we'll see which one comes out on top. Like I said, you can vote for any reason at all. If you just like the movie and think it's a good movie, or if you think one did the remake aspect better, or just one remake is better than the other remake, feel free to vote for it. And hey, if you're not a fan of that remake, you don't vote for it.
Yeah.
I kind of went, this and the bad one are all kind of general consensus, and vibes from the movie groups and the critics and audience, all that kind of stuff kind of blended together. So I did my best on here. If you're not a fan of one, that's fine. Just don't vote for it. So there you go.
Yeah, and shout out to a couple people watching. Chris Diaz is
Of course
tuning
he's
in,
there.
so yeah, Moana and Encanto are probably the best Disney stuff. I'd say.
It
I
comes
liked
like
it.
biggest price one for Disney.
Yeah, I liked that even better than like even the Mary Poppins stuff. So yeah,
Yeah,
I
I'm
was
not
like,
a fan of the new Mary Poppins stuff. I don't think it's very catchy at all.
yeah, the old where it's at, but and then Sarah, she's been tuning in a lot. So hey, Sarah, what's up? But yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll bring up our tournament bracket.
Yeah, I've got to share it on screen. I think we're ready to go. So yeah,
And this time I'm gonna go with an old school intro classic. So let's do this.
Surf Ninjas is not a remake as far as I can tell.
No,
but it's not
no, it's not a remake. I don't really have any remakes, so I'm just like,
it'd be interesting if it was. There's this old '40s movie where these kids, go surfing and beat up random guys in a garbage.
Yeah,
truck.
right.
Really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd
All
be
right.
an odd remake, but
All right. So our first one revealed will be 13 Ghosts versus War of the Worlds. So the horror movie versus the Steven Spielberg film. So we'll start down at the bottom with Brian.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen 13 Ghosts, but I quite enjoy World Worlds a lot. One of the underrated Spielberg films, so I'll go World Worlds.
All right.
Yeah. Malcolm.
I've seen a few episodes of the TV show 13 Ghosts, but I haven't seen the movie either of them. But I actually really do like the remake of War of the Worlds. I think it's fun. So War of the Worlds.
Yeah. Richie.
I didn't realize 13 Ghosts was a remake. Maybe I'm but
it's an old. There's a couple of those that are old, like Vincent Price movies, and 13 Ghosts is actually like an old kind of haunted house Vincent Price movie from like the '60s. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. It's a good little movie. I like it. But yeah, I like War of the Worlds a bit better. I think it's fun. I like the chemistry between Tom Cruise and Dakota Fanning, and yeah, it's a really good movie and quite underrated. And I think Tim Robbins, you know my love Tim Robbins. Tim Robbins plays a really creepy dude in it, so I like it. So yeah, I'm gonna go War of the Worlds. I think it doesn't get more enough love, but I think it's probably one of the Steven Spielberg's last sort of like big good sort of blockbusterish films.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Jacob, what are you gonna go with?
I didn't know they made 12 sequels to Ghost.
Yeah.
It's quite the direction they seem to go in.
I'm sick of doing pottery.
Yeah.
It's quite seems like an odd series that I just don't want to get into. So I'll go with War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Well, Austin.
Yeah, no, 13 Ghosts is fun. It's Tony Shalhoub, Matthew Lillard, Shannon Elizabeth, kind of the usual suspects from the early 2000s. But yeah, it's a fun with the house they got, and all the different ghosts are actually really well done. A lot of good practical stuff, practical makeup and things. But yeah, I love War of the Worlds. I think that Spielberg movie is probably the last time I really went crazy for a Spielberg movie, realistically, in the last 15 or 20 years. Like, I think that movie's great. Really intense stuff throughout the whole thing and very dark at times. Yeah, I love that movie a lot. So I'm going to go War of the Worlds.
Yeah. So I only had time to watch one movie for this, but I remember that I'd seen 13 Ghosts, but I didn't remember a lot of it. So I did go watch some bits and pieces of it just to kind of jog my memory. And yeah, I have seen it. Just them in this haunted house that's kind of like this like glass house with all these kind of traps and like different kind of like demon things that come at them and stuff. I remember it being pretty good, but yeah. But War of the Worlds, I do like a lot, and I actually like the original one quite a bit too. That's one of the like older classic movies that I actually really like. That for like an old kind of like campy sci-fi alien invasion movie. It's actually one of the better ones. So But so I'll probably and go with War of the Worlds, but it's actually kind of close for me. So
Yeah. All right, cool. Clean sweep for Spielberg's War of the Worlds. All right, and we'll move on down as we got RoboCop versus I Am Legend. So, be an interesting
All
matchup
right.
here. And obviously RoboCop's a remake of RoboCop. I Am Legend, kind of a remake of both Last Man on Earth, another Vincent Price movie, and a movie called I Am Omega. They're all kind of adaptations of the same thing called from Charlton Heston. So kind of a mishmash of those two movies. Malcolm, go first.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen the remake of RoboCop. But just if I have, I don't just generally don't remember it. But I like the Will Smith version of I Am Legend. I think it's pretty good. Interesting to see where the sequel goes. Apparently, it's Michael B. Jordan. I think is taking out doing lead in the sequel. But
really,
yeah, I'm going for I Am Legend.
Yeah,
sounds good. Richie,
Yeah, I'm a defender of the RoboCop remake. I think it got unfairly shit on. I think it's actually, I think it's a pretty good movie. I don't know what people's issues are with it. I like Joel Kinnaman as RoboCop. The Abby Cornish thing is the chick. It's pretty good. I like Samuel L. Jackson's character. I like it. I like a lot about it. Yeah, and I wish we got more more from it, but apparently not many people. It didn't. I don't know if it did well at the box office, but yeah, But I really liked it, and I like I Am Legend a lot too. It's really good. So it's tough for me, but because maybe I know I'm gonna go RoboCop. Why not?
Yeah, and I think one way to find out which one Google prefers is if you just do a search for the movie title without any year next to it, just see which one comes up, whichever one comes up. Because if you type in RoboCop, it'll be the original that comes up. So it's kind of interesting. But Jacob, what do you say?
I have not seen the remake of RoboCop. I have seen the original, and I absolutely love that movie. I think it's great. It's been a while. I know I've seen I Am Legend, and it's been a while. And I know I liked it, so I Am Legend. Why not?
Yeah.
Austin.
Yeah, I think these are both pretty good. I like I Am Legend. I think Will Smith does a good job. Good movie dog in there. A dog scene that later on that will make you cry. Not very good. Tug on your heartstrings. But yeah, I think a lot of people came around to that RoboCop remake once they got around the fact that obviously it's not the same as the original, but I think it did do a lot of good things. Cool new things. It brought some new concepts. That scene, oh my god, where they like pull him apart, and it's just like a head and his lungs and stuff, and he sees himself in the mirror is really, really the stuff of nightmare fuel, and I think it was really creative. People forget like Michael Keaton's in this movie. You got Gary Oldman, Jay Baruchel. Like it's got a really, really solid cast throughout the whole thing. And I like Joel Kinnaman as well. So you know what? I'll go RoboCop as well. I defend that movie a lot. I think it's great.
Also, I like the thing on I Am Legend. You get a teaser for Batman vs Superman, don't you?
No, it was at the time it was in IMAX. I think they showed Dark Knight, the opening. At the time because it was 2007 going into 2008.
Okay.
You mean the billboard? Yeah, there was
The
a
billboard
in the background.
The billboard.
But that was way before the Snyder thing. I think it was kind of teasing like the older ones or something. It was really weird. Like if we had gotten like a Nick Cage versus George Clooney, like Batman, Superman, or something like that from like the 90s, which would have been interesting.
They're trying to like predict the future or something. I don't know, but
I mean, they kind of did. It would a little bit later.
Yeah. So I actually like both of these pretty well. But one quite a bit more than the other. Probably I Am Legend is what I would go with, just because, I really like the look of the creatures. I like the just like Will Smith, just kind of like just doing his thing as the last man on Earth, and so he's got a sports car. He's just speeding around and with his dog, and the look of the creatures look really cool too. They kind of look like almost demons or something. And I kind of hope that like in order to do a sequel, I kind of hope that they just retcon the ending and just say Will Smith survived. I don't know what they're gonna do,
Well,
but
I mean,
So-
I think even in the alternate ending, I think they said they're using the alternate ending for the sequel, but I think in both
Okay.
endings he still died.
Oh, okay. Well, hopefully somehow he survives is what I hope, but who knows? But because if it's Michael B. Jordan, that might be different. But so I'll go with I Am Legend.
Yeah, Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Brian.
I see both of these, but I quite enjoy I Am Legend much more. Love the whole Last Man on Earth type thing, Will Smith, and love the dog in the film as well as a companion. So I Am Legend.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
All right, I Am Legend. We'll move on.
Yeah.
To the next round.
One thing I'll say, I didn't realize that RoboCop was considered a good remake. I thought it was hated on a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, like a good remake in terms of the panel. Like, I mean, in the general consensus from this panel.
Well, no,
Yeah,
no.
right.
I mean, just
Well,
more.
again,
Yeah.
I have to gauge kind of general movie
Obviously, it's
consensus. So, obviously, if you're not a huge fan of it, that's fine. You just don't vote for it. But I think I've gotten a vibe over the years that people kind of come around on it ever since the thing died down around it. When it initially came out, people kind of realize that it's a good movie.
And some of these might end up being a little borderline. We just kind of picked one of the
you
other.
got to pick one or the other. You just got to go with it. So yeah. All right. So we got The Italian Job versus the Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 2003. All right. So it's going to be Richie first.
Yeah. I guess the Italian Job is pretty good. It's all right. It's probably one of the earlier times where I saw like Jason Statham sort of outside of like the Transporter series and pretty Lock, Stock, 2 Second Barrels. But yeah, it is pretty good. It does, it's definitely not as good as, in my opinion, as good as the original, but that's pretty hard to measure up to. But it does a good job. It's not a bad film. It's all right. I would say it's all right. It's not
Like I said,
great.
I think it scoots over the borderline into it's a pretty good remake.
It's okay, but Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 2003 is pretty dang good. Definitely they've tried to recreate this franchise multiple times, and this is by far the better one. I recently saw the 2022 version. That one stinks. This one is so much better. This one rules. So yeah, this is pretty easy. I'll go Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Chris going for The Italian Job. So, but Jacob, what do you say?
So this is a matchup of movies I've seen one version of. I have seen this version of The Italian Job. I've seen the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I have not seen this version. And yeah, The Italian Job. It's a pretty fun movie. It's not one that I go back to all the time, but if it's on TV and I'm scrolling through, I might stop and watch it. So I'll go with The Italian Job, but I need to get to the remake of Texas Chainsaw, especially after watching that newest one. That one was not good.
Definitely. Yeah.
Well, Austin?
Yeah, I think that Italian Job movie is pretty good. It's been a while since I actually sat down and watched that one. But yeah, I'll definitely defend the 03 Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I still prefer, obviously, the original. I think this is an example of a good remake that does some cool new things, that has a great kind of serious tone to it. That has the same cinematographer, Daniel Pearl, who still makes the movie look really well shot, and Arlie Ermey is awesome in that movie. He's having a blast. And it's got a really great, just gross, gritty vibe, which is what a Texas Chainsaw Massacre should have. So yeah, it's definitely the best out of those. Platinum Dunes remakes from the 2000s of this, and Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th. For sure, I think it's really good. So Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah, so I really like both of these. The Italian Job has an awesome cast that I just love the cast. Like Charlize Theron's my favorite actress working today. Edward Norton's great as like the guy that kind of like turns on him. And then Jason Statham's in there. Mark Wahlberg, Donald Sutherland, Seth Green. So it's got a fun cast. But the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the 2003 one's really good, and I want to vote for it just because I'm not a fan of the original. I think the original just kind of it doesn't do anything for me. It's just like it's just people getting killed for seemingly no reason. Which I mean, you can make the argument here, but I just kind of like the updates and some more. Like at least they're doing like better kills to me, better like shots, better cinematography. I understand that it's kind of like the 70s versus today, but even still, like this one just appeals to me more. So for that reason, I'll actually go Texas Chainsaw.
Mhm.
So, but
Brian.
Brian,
Yeah,
you say?
I'll go with the talent job on this one. I quite enjoyed the remake of it of a bit of a 60s movie or 50s film, and it's a great cast, great early film by F. Gray. So the talent job.
Yeah. And Malcolm, what do you say?
Well, I was today years old when I found out Italian Job was a remake.
Yeah,
I completely thought it was an original movie.
Well, it's one of several Michael Caine movies that got remade. Yeah,
Yeah. Have you not heard the famous line? You've only gone and blown the bloody doors off. That one.
Yeah, there was in this movie. No, for the longest time, I thought it was an original movie trying to cash in on the heist movie craze of using cars and stealing things. Because it's around the time of Fast and Furious, God 6 Second, all that. It's a good movie. I think I've seen a couple of it, Texas Chainsaw Massacres. I don't think I've seen the 2003 one, but yes, I'll be able to go Italian Job.
All right, we have a tie to Brian.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with the talent job on this one.
Oh, damn you.
Oh, damn.
Shoot.
I thought Texas Chainsaw Massacre would go far on this one. All right.
But a fun fact, last summer I saw Jessica Biel at a grocery store in Sun Valley, Idaho. She was just going through the checkout line with her like daughter, I believe, because she looked like she had like a 12 or 13-year-old girl with her, and I didn't really want to bother her, so I just asked the cashier, and he says, "Oh yeah, like her and Justin Timberlake come in here all the time. That they have a cabin up in some." But and the funny thing is, my dad saw Justin Timberlake the day before, so it's fun.
Didn't those movies both come out 2003?
Yeah, 2003. But yeah.
Didn't they both come out 2003?
Yep, that's way late. All right, got The Departed and 12 Monkeys. Yeah, so it could be a tough match. Yeah, Departed, Infernal Affairs, and 12 Monkeys. I think is
it's a bit of French movie. Isn't it?
It's like a French movie. Yeah, there's a lot of French movie remakes in this tournament that I found out. A lot of them were like French comedies or French, action movies, things like that. So we'll start with Jacob.
Yeah, and the matchups are easy when it's a movie I've seen against a movie I haven't seen, because I still have not seen 12 Monkeys. It's a blind spot of mine that I got to get to. But I love The Departed. I think everyone involved is giving really good performances. And so, yeah, I'll go. It still baffles me to this day that Mark Wahlberg was the one out of everyone to get the Oscar nomination. But, you know, I'm not taking anything away from it. He is really good in the movie. But, Jack Nicholson, Leonardo DiCaprio, Matt Damon, and Oscar nominee Mark Wahlberg. So I'll go with The Departed.
Yeah. Austin.
Yeah, this one's pretty close because I really like the original Infernal Affairs as well. I think it's really, really good. Yeah, it's actually a trilogy over in Korea, and it's an interesting couple of movies. 12 Monkeys is such a radical departure from the original one, but I think that's what makes it kind of cool as a remake, is they take it off in a crazy direction, and it's great Bruce Willis and great Brad Pitt performances. Yeah, it's got a great look to it. Yeah, I think I'll go 12 Monkeys on this one. So sure.
Yeah, I'd be really curious to see what the original 12 Monkeys would even look like. Like I can't even think like they still do time travel or like what are they doing? But with The Departed, like I do like it. I'm just not like, I don't have the like crazy love that a lot of people have for it. I'm like a 7 out of 10 on it. But at 12 Monkeys, I saw probably like 6 months ago for the first time, and it was really good. Like I really like the world that they created, kind of this post-apocalyptic world that he has to travel to, and then like Bruce Willis like ends up in a mental institution where like no one believes he's this guy from the past, and kind of where they put him in there. And then Brad Pitt's fun. He's playing a really fun character. Madeline Stowe's pretty good in it too, and it has a great score to it, like the dun 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 dun. Like I don't know if that's like organ or like an accordion. It might be an accordion that they're using, something like that. But yeah, and like funny enough, I'll just have like set my like alarm to wake up in the morning to random movie soundtracks because it's just easier to wake up to. And the last week it's been playing the 12 Monkeys score in the morning, so I'll go with 12 Monkeys. So,
Right.
yeah,
Brian.
but
Yeah,
Brian.
I'm also going to give some love to Monkey. It's a lot of fun. I love Brad Pitt's performance, and I quite enjoy the time travel aspect as well. It's one of the great time travel films. So, Child Monkeys.
Mhm.
Yeah. Malcolm, what did you say?
So I misspoke earlier when I were talking about 13 Ghosts and talking about the TV show, because as far as I know, that hasn't had a TV show. But
Mhm.
12
Okay.
Monkeys does. 12 Monkeys was one I was thinking of.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
haven't-
Yeah.
I've seen a handful of the 12 Monkeys TV show. Haven't
Mhm.
been meaning to watch the movie many times for many different shows. Never got around to it.
Mhm.
I should have known it was going to be here. I should have watched it. I didn't. But so I'm going to go to the Departed.
Okay.
Yeah. Fair.
But fun fact, the original movie that the 12 Monkeys is based on is actually a short 28-minute movie.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah. Mhm.
Well, Richie, what are you gonna go with?
This was the original Infernal Affairs trilogy. So
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. That's cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is hard because I mean, the thing is, with Departed, I got the obviously the originals to compare it to. It's really good, and they got a lot to live up to. And I think they I don't know if they superseded, but they definitely definitely kind of a level to it. 12 Monkeys, I came to it the last couple of years. It is really good. Oh, man. Just because I probably could have gone back to it more. I'll go The Departed, but it's close, and and I really, you talk about the soundtrack of 12 Monkeys. I like the soundtrack of The Departed as well. Shipping Out to Boston's a good song. I like
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mhm. So with that, we have another tie, or it might be a lot of those tonight. Malcolm, you've got the
Yeah.
tiebreaker on this one.
The Departed.
Departed. Okay. Well, we'll see 12 Monkeys again when we get to our tournament of that features prisons and mental institutions, because 12 Monkeys will be in there.
Doing that.
Yeah, we're gonna do that at some point. So, all right, we got Nosferatu from '79 with Klaus Kinski, and The Hills Have Eyes.
Ooh, this is a good
Alexander
matchup.
Aja. Yeah,
Ooh,
Good horror.
Horror matchup.
yeah, horror match. There's gonna be actually a couple horror matchups here and there because there's some good ones. So me first,
Yeah.
that Nosferatu remake with Klaus Kinski is pretty good. He plays a really good. He's a creepy looking guy. Anyways, he plays a good Nosferatu, and it's a nice little update of it. But yeah, I really defend that Hills Have Eyes remake. I think it's better than the original. One of the ones that is better than the original. I think the original Wes Craven movie is interesting and it's got some good stuff. But man, this one really ratchets up the tension and the threats of the mutants and stuff, and has a good cast. So I'll go with the Hills Have Eyes. That the director, he's good. So I'll give it to the Hills Have Eyes.
Yeah. So Hills Have Eyes is Alexander Aja.
Yeah. He also did Piranha 3D.
He did Crawl.
Crawl. Yeah, he did. He did.
Okay.
Did he do High Tension? Was he the guy who did High Tension, or is that somebody else? I don't know, but he's done a lot of good stuff. So, yeah, he's a solid director.
Yeah, because like the Hills Have Eyes remind me of like something right out of like a nightmare that I maybe almost had before, like when I saw it, because like my nightmares are always very anxiety driven ones, and it's like I've had nightmares where like my car breaks down somewhere, and all of a sudden I'm in the most horrible place, and like I can't get away, and I'm like stuck there, and like just the way that they have this old creepy town with like all the crazy creatures, and the way that it's done, it's just really like scary. This is one of like the few horror movies, because it really takes a lot for a horror movie to really scare me, and I think this one did. So, and I haven't ever seen the Nosferatu remake, so I'll go with The Hills Have Eyes.
And Jordan Alexander Aja also did that movie Horns with Daniel Radcliffe. That's a cool little movie.
Oh, nice! That's my like one Daniel Radcliffe blind spot. I gotta
watch it.
My one too.
It's a cool little movie. Yeah, you guys gotta see it.
I saw like the first like maybe 15 minutes, because the part where he's trying to saw like his horn off, I remember, or something.
Yeah.
But Brian,
Yeah, I'll go with Hills of Lies because I have not seen Nosferatu.
Okay.
Malcolm.
Yeah, I only just recently watched the original Nosferatu for the first time this year. Haven't seen this version of it. But I really do love the Halls Have Eyes, and I think Emily de Raven, who's in this, I think she's a very underrated actress. So I'm gonna go Halls Have Eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Richie.
Richie.
Yeah, I haven't seen the Nosferatu remake. There's going to be another remake with, I think, Bill Skarsgård.
Yeah, that should be interesting. He's a weird dude, so that'll work out, I think, pretty nicely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be interesting. But yeah, and I have seen this. I like Alexander Aja, so yeah, it's a decent film. So yeah, I'll go The Hills Have Eyes.
Jacob.
Yeah. Jacob.
I haven't
Go
seen
for it.
anything Nosferatu, so I'll get to it eventually. Maybe I'll make that a goal in October this year to watch some Nosferatu. But I have seen The Hills Have Eyes, this version. I haven't seen the original. This one's really good. I do get scared easily watching horror movies, especially when I'm home alone. I maybe just get my head a little bit, but yeah, you won't catch me watching them too late at night though. So if it's gonna get dark, I might just skip it. But this one's really good. So I'll go with The Hills Have Eyes.
All right. Scoot for The Hills Have Eyes. And we'll scoot down to, we got The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, the David Fincher movie.
Ooh, Disney movie.
And we got Disney, one of our several that'll be on this tournament.
Two Dragon movies.
Yeah, 2 Dragon movies. Yeah. I didn't intend it for that way. That's just how they popped up in the wheel. So there you go.
Yeah.
2 dragons.
Random.
Yeah, no, it 100%. I didn't even, because half of these I don't even think about it until we get them on the thing, and people were like, "Oh, 2 thing," and I'm like, "Oh yeah," because I'm just spinning the wheel and throwing shit in there. So Jordan,
Yeah. Let's see. I actually have not seen the Peach Dragon remake. I really want to see it because I've heard good things. I've heard that it's probably one of the better remakes, but so I can't really say much about that. But Girl with the Dragon Tattoo is great. Like I remember, I saw this movie twice in theaters actually because I really liked it. Like it's just a really kind of different role. Like like different movie that kind of just I don't know. Like I feel like it was taking me on this like really cool journey kind of thing. And like I really like Daniel Craig, and then Rooney Mara was a great kind of choice to play the girl with the dragon tattoo, and I remember that it had a really long trailer too. I think it was like almost 4 minutes long, something like that. But it was good though. So yeah, I'll vote for the girl with the dragon tattoo. All right, Brian. What do you say?
I'll go with Peach Dragon this one. This one quite surprised me. It was a remake of an old 70s hybrid movie with Mickey Rooney and Helen Reddy, and I quite enjoy this remake more than the original. And also, fun fact, the voice of the dragon, the voice of the Cryptkeeper, John Cassier.
Okay, John Cassier.
Yeah. Okay.
I've met him. Nice. Yeah, he's good. He's
cool.
He's a very small dude in real life. Very tiny man. Yeah.
Nice. Malcolm.
I mean, it's been a while since I've seen the remake of Pete's Dragon, but I also remember not liking it. But yeah, I did like what. Ironically, I wasn't a big fan of this one, but I actually did like what David Lowery did with Peter Pan and Wendy that just came out. So it's but yeah, I mean, David Lowery is one of those weird directors who goes all over the place. But you either like him or you don't. I haven't seen the original Girl with the I haven't seen the remake of Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. But it's going to come up again when we get to 2011 on the ladder series. But I'm going to vote for Girl with the Dragon Tattoo because I'm more intrigued to see that again.
Yeah, sounds good. Richie, what do you say?
Yeah, I like Pete's Dragon, but I love The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. David Fincher kills it. I think it's a great film. no idea why we didn't get I wish David Fincher was allowed to finish off the trilogy. I would have loved to see what he would have done with it. And the original is really good too. But yeah, just like Rooney Mara kills it. Like Daniel Craig is great in this role. Speaking of Skarsgård, Stellan Skarsgård is a great villain. Everything about this works. So the score is great. The sound design. Christopher Plummer's in this movie, and the actual Christopher Plummer, not Kevin Spacey. And he's great. Everything about this works, and I love this movie a lot. But yeah, and it pains me that we didn't get another. They just went straight to the fourth book. And then it wasn't David Fincher, it was just someone else, and it had Claire Foy as Elizabeth Stanza with the girl who kicked the spiders in the spider's web about me. It wasn't as good. So, but yeah, I'm definitely, as much as I do like Pete's Dragon, it's one of the better Disney adaptations, but like live action remakes. But the Girl with Dragon Tattoo is easy. So yeah, Girl with Dragon Tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Chris reminded me of the opening credits that has that Led Zeppelin song at the beginning. It's like really good.
Yeah. Not the actual movie. Is it the movie or is it the trailer? I don't know.
I could have sworn it was just
I think
the
it's the
trailer that
movie.
played that song, but maybe it's in the movie.
No,
it's been forever since
I just pulled it up. I was watching it in the background. So yeah, it's in the movie. So yeah, but Jacob, what did you say?
I don't understand why Pete's Dragon is being called a live action remake when the only animated aspect of the original was the dragon. It's just a remake. It's just a remake, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know why that bothers me so much. But it's really good. The remake is really good. I'm still one of those. I think I prefer the original just because I think it's more fun. But this one's really good. Like it's technically a better movie, but I have not seen The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. The more I'm on the show, the more I realize I just haven't seen a lot of Daniel Craig's movies, and I think I need to fix that. So I'll get on that, but for now, I'll go with Pete's Dragon.
All right.
Yeah,
and I haven't seen Pete's Dragon. It's been forever since I even saw the original one. I'll get around to this one at some point because at least it has Carl Urban in it, so I'll get around to that at some point. But yeah, I remember liking The Girl with Dragon Tattoo. I haven't seen it since I saw it in the theater. But yeah, I remember enjoying it enough, so I'll go with the Dragon Tattoo. So
yeah.
Put that one through 42.
Good.
And we'll go down to West Side Story, the Steven Spielberg movie, and Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the 78 one. With Donald Sutherland and Jeff Goldblum. So, all right, Brian.
Yeah, this is a good matchup. I'll go with West Side Story on this one. When I first heard that Spielberg was making this classic, I said, why is he touching this? It's a beloved classic, not for a lot of the Oscars, but he did a good take on the story, and quite enjoy seeing the world in which the cast members come back and meet the Moreno as well, the characters themselves. So West Side Story.
Yeah. Sounds good. Malcolm, what do you say?
I haven't seen any of the like classic remakes. The only Invasion of the Body Snatchers I've seen is the Daniel Craig one.
Oh God! We'll see that one in another one on Friday.
I figured.
Yeah, right.
I figured. But yeah, I mean, when Steven Spielberg was announced to be doing a West Side Story remake, I was a little bit skeptical, but in saying that, when he said it was a passion project, it's something that he always wanted to do. Like, I kind of had a little faith in it, just because, like, when a director does something as a passion project, you know, they're going to put all their care into it and all that. And it definitely showed from the final project when it comes to West Side Story, because I think it really is pretty good. Like even Rachel Ziegler, I can't remember the other one that
Also,
DeBose is the one I was thinking of.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, I mean, well, yes, it does have someone I might mention the name of in it, but it's still a good movie. I'm gonna go West Side Story.
yeah. Richie, what do you say?
Yeah, unfortunately, like Malcolm, the one that I think I mentioned this like a long time ago, but yeah, the one I'd seen was the Invasion with fucking Daniel Craig and Nicole
man.
Kidman.
You gotta
It's
see
not a
this
good
one.
movie. But yeah, but in saying that, I haven't seen the West Side, this remake of West Side Story either, and the one I'm more likely to see is Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I would probably, I'm not like, maybe I'll get around to West Side Story eventually. I'm just not. I'm just gonna be. I'm just a musical snob. But like maybe I've heard it's good. Unfortunately, it bombed really badly, but it's unfortunate. But yeah, I mean that could be a part of
Yeah.
like cinema just starting to reopen and shit too. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll watch it eventually. But Invasion of the Body Snatchers is more my speed. So I'll go Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Jacob?
Yeah. Well, Jacob,
Yeah,
here you go.
I don't like this matchup because I like both these movies.
Yeah.
Oh, it's tough. Yeah, I watched Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Austin and I were doing. I don't remember what the topic was, but I needed to watch it for some reason. And yeah, I ended up really, really enjoying it. I think Donald Sutherland gives great performance. And yeah, it's just eerie and the score, like it gets you. But I think West Side Story is a good remake, a good reimagining of the '60s movie. Oh, I think it's got to go down to that. If both of these were in front of me, which one would I watch right now? I'd probably lean West Side Story, but not by much.
Oh my God, you guys are killing me. You guys are
Yeah.
killing me. Fuck.
Yeah.
I
Well-
can't ever get this movie
well,
out of the
Austin?
goddamn first round ever.
You seen West Side Story?
No, fuck West Side Story. The original one sucks. The original one stinks. It's 3 hours long and it's slow. No, I'm not watching that movie. No, it's West Side Story versus my favorite horror movie of all time. So I'm going my favorite horror movie of all time, Patient of the Body Snatchers.
Yeah. Yeah. I also hate this matchup because I actually really like both of these, and like West Side Story. Like I'm not a big musical guy, but went on a date with this girl, and I let her pick the movie, so she wanted to see West Side Story, and I actually ended up really liking it. I didn't think that I was like it actually like has some cool back and forth with the two rival gangs, and yeah, like I would agree that like Ansel Elgort's performance wasn't as good as it could have been. That's what Chris Diaz was kind of saying. But like I didn't hate it though. I thought that he still had a good performance. Like he just didn't. I don't know. I feel like it maybe could have been slightly better. But yeah, and then Rachel Ziegler's great. And then Ariana DeBose was one that really surprised me because I kept on. I remember thinking like, I forget the two lead characters. Who's this other actress? She's like killing it. So yeah, she's really good. But Invasion of the Body Snatchers is like awesome. Like it's one of the best horror movies of all time for a reason. I mean, and yeah, Donald Sutherland like just gives a really like great kind of chilling, haunting performance. And then you get some. You get Jeff Goldblum in there a little bit. You get Leonard Nimoy in there. I mean, I think that's fun, and yeah, if you haven't seen it, I would highly recommend it. So I'll vote for Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Okay, another tie. Thank God it's going to Richie.
Yeah, and Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Oh, thank God! I
Yeah.
never get this movie out of the
Yeah.
first
Right.
Richie, look at me now. You would love Invasion of the Body Snatchers 78 It's
Yeah.
fucking awesome. It's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, you would look.
You're making the right decision. All right, so all right, going down to the ring versus 3 Men and a Baby.
Two vastly different movies.
Yeah.
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 Um,
3 Men and a Baby. They see a video of this baby, and the baby crawls out of the TV and kills everybody.
yeah, right. yeah.
Yeah, right. It's a creepy.
Take
baby.
care of me. No,
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
not financially responsible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
You're not
again,
my-
3 Men and a Baby. I
Not
think
my
it's another.
dad. Yeah.
It's another like French movie remake. I don't know, a lot of these.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
remakes. And obviously, The Ring is a remake of Ringu, Gore Verbinski. So, Malcolm.
Yeah.
Can't hear you. I think your microphone's
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
There's about 7 different versions of 3 Men and a Baby that's
Yeah, for sure.
been made. Like,
Is there? Okay.
yeah, the original French movie is called 3 Men in a Cradle.
Really?
But
That just sounds like they're all trying to crawl into a cradle and go to sleep. That's weird.
Yeah, right. Women in a cradle or and a cradle.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I've seen 3 Men and a Baby a long time ago. I don't really remember it much now. But I actually really like the Ring remake. I really think it's good. Like, I know it got criticism for deciding to take it away from Tokyo and putting it in America and all that, like what they've done with a whole bunch of those remakes. But I think it works. And so I'm going to go The Ring.
Mhm.
Yeah. Richie. you say?
Yeah, I've heard like good things about 3 Men and a Baby. I remember like I the first time I came aware of it, like my dad owned a video store, so he had the 3 Men and a Baby, and then there was like the sequel to what was it, 3 Men, a Little
3
Lady.
Men and a Little Lady. Yeah.
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 So I was like, oh, these look like weird movies, but never actually got around to watching them. But yeah, The Ring. The Ring is a really good remake. Yeah, I still prefer like Ringu, but Ring is really good, and I think it put Naomi Watts was was well known, but I think it kind of put it to that kind of next level. I think it's really good, and yeah, I think people still talk about it today. It's Ring. It's still certainly better than Ring 2 is pretty decent, but it's certainly better than Ring 2, and certainly better than Rings.
Yeah, that's
But-
a bad movie.
So
way better.
yeah, I really like it. I think it works on all levels. So yeah, I'll go The Ring.
7 days.
Yeah.
For the ring. But Jacob?
No, I don't think we have that long.
No.
I gotta be in bed by 9, guys. Let's not take 7.
Thank goodness you don't, because they're getting-
I don't have 7
They're gonna come
days.
kill you in 7 days.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
Oh, that's
We'll just get Wolfman and Ross and her on another podcast, and we'll have a 7-day tournament fight.
Yeah, right.
I haven't seen 3 Men and a Baby. The Ring. I know it's a remake, just haven't seen the original. But yeah, this one I think it's really good. Got some good stuff to it, so I'll go with The Ring.
Yeah. Austin.
3 Men and a Baby is a really weird movie. I saw it for the first time like a year ago on Disney Plus. It just gets into like that weird 80s thing of like by the end there's drug dealers and shootouts, and it's like, why couldn't it just be
Yeah.
this comedy with
It's
3
a
guys
hard
and a baby?
turn.
Like, why do you have to have drug dealers and package? It's just weird. Like the directions it goes, it's very strange. Movies like that, and it was also like one of the top grossing movies that year, which is kind of bad.
Yeah, well, I remember. I
Yeah.
remember like
It's very
watching like
weird.
it's called an Ebert thing, and then I'm like,
Yeah.
it's like one of the biggest hits. I'm surprised they
you
haven't
gotta
made
go
it
with that.
actually. Like again,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't remade this either with like Seth Rogen and Danny
Rudd or
McBride or something. Yeah,
Yeah,
Paul Rudd.
right.
I know a bunch of those guys. But yeah, I think The Ring is good. I prefer Ringo as well. I think The Ring is a little too long. I think there's too many scenes of her doing research in the middle of this movie that kind of drag it down. But it starts strong and ends strong, and it's one of the better. We'll see a lot of the bad Japanese remakes in the bad tournament on Friday. This is one of the better ones, so I'll go The Ring. Yeah.
Yeah, so I've seen both these, and I do like both of them. But I remember growing up watching 3 Men and a Baby with my grandparents, and like we'd always sing the song do 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 do, good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. So that was like a thing from my childhood, kind of. But and the movie's fine. Like I don't know, like I'm not really crazy about any of the cast of the movie. I mean, they're popular back then and not really now.
It's a very 90s. It's very and
Very
80s.
80s cast, yeah. Tom
Yeah,
Selleck
80s and 90s,
and
yeah.
Ted Danson and Steve, and
Yeah.
Gutenberg, yeah. It's very, very 80s.
It's like whatever happened to those guys. I mean, I guess Tom Selleck does like Blue Bloods.
Blue
and that's about
Bloods.
it. Yeah, yeah. Which my dad still watches every episode. He has it all recorded, but The Ring I saw for the first time when I was in high school. Actually, like at school, I saw it for a video tech class that I was taking because they wanted us to watch movies from every genre, and so we just decided to watch The Ring because it's a PG-13 one and not R, and so and yeah, like it. I think it's really cool. I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's a pretty creative and unique idea. I mean, that they got from the Ring Goo, but like that concept in itself is what's creative and yeah, I think it's really interesting. Like I actually kind of like when she's doing some of the research, trying to figure this out and like investigate it because you're like watching this tape and you're like, what the fuck are these images? And so like. The mystery is good, and like I like revealing like small bits, but then you get into the second one and they reveal like everything, and you got to know like every little bit of detail, and it's like I think that's a little too much, but this one works, so I'll go with The Ring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Brian.
Yeah, speaking of remake, they are planning to make a new Two-Man Baby with Zac Efron apparently for Disney Plus.
Really?
Oh, what's
Yeah,
coming?
I just checked that out just a few minutes ago. For this matchup, basically the poster which I'll go for The Ring.
Right?
Yeah.
And I just realized we had a Leonard Nimoy little match thing. We had Invasion of the Body Snatchers has Leonard Nimoy in it, and
he directed.
He directed 3 Men and a Baby.
That's
Yeah.
Oh, he did?
That's
He
weird.
directed
Yeah,
that?
he
That's
directed
weird.
3 Men and a
Yeah.
Baby.
But yeah, just very quickly, I remember playing a prank on one of my friends because they had a special feature on the Ring DVD where you could actually see the actual ring, the video. So I set that up and called my friend, and it's like, come look at this video. I saw this.
Nice.
I didn't go really well. But also, really quickly, I
Imagine
brought up what the top 10 highest grossing movies of 1987 was.
Mhm.
Like 3 Minutes Baby was number one, as you said. Fatal Attraction was second. Beverly Hills Cop was third, and Good Morning Vietnam was fourth. So it outgrossed all of
That's
those.
weird.
It outgrossed those.
Yeah. People fucking went crazy for 3 Men and a Baby. They just couldn't get enough of Tom Selleck buying diapers at the grocery store.
Yeah, weird.
Anyways, all right. So we got Sorcerer, the '77 movie with Roy Scheider, and the Manchurian Candidate with Denzel Washington. All right. Richie.
Yeah, cool. Haven't seen Sorcerer, but Manchurian Candidate's pretty good. I wouldn't rave about it, but it's decent. So yeah, I'll probably go that route, but it probably won't make it that far with me just because it's not like great, but it's not like bad or anything. It's just there, but it's good. So I'll go Manchurian Candidate.
Yeah, Jacob, what do you say?
So I have not seen either of these movies. So I will go strictly on how much the poster gets me excited for what the movie could be. So for that reason, I'm going with Sorcerer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Something about a befuddled Denzel just doesn't do much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The left side.
Yeah, I saw Manchurian in theaters. It's okay. It's fine. Not bad. I haven't seen the original one of that one though. But yeah, Sorcerer is one that's in my 128. I love this movie. Yeah, it's 70s Roy Scheider, which is always good. William Friedkin, and yeah, that sequence you see on the poster there, them driving across this jungle bridge is one of the greatest things ever filmed. Period. It's an amazing sequence. Really just fun 70s movie. And it's a remake of a movie called The Wages of Fear from the 50s. It's like on Criterion. So, but yeah, I love Sorcerer to pieces. So yeah, Sorcerer for me.
Yeah. So Sorcerer was was the one movie that I was able to watch for this, and this movie was freaking great. Like it was good.
Mhm.
The one small little like nitpick that it kind of takes a little bit to get into it, like when they're doing the delivering of the dynamite and like all the stuff they have to do for that it's like really cool, especially the way that it's shot and like some of the just the like haunting scenes that you see. Like it almost borders on like horror almost in like some parts, and then just like everything that like happens like goes down while they're trying to deliver this stuff. It's just like crazy and like like for some reason like it reminded me of like a hyped up, like if you ever seen Lost where they have to go and like deliver the like dynamite that's like leaking, and then one guy blows up and he's like, hey, you got some art on you or whatever, and like there's some similarities to that kind of, but and I've never seen the Manchurian Candidate, so it's just one I haven't gotten around to yet. And yeah, but I'll go with Sorcerers, like especially like they almost make the like truck they're driving like almost into a character, like it's like kind of cool. So
Oh yeah.
so yeah. So I'll go Sorcerer. But Brian,
Yeah, I'll go with the prequel, The Sorcerer's Apprentice. The base of the poster, The Sorcerer.
yeah, right.
Yeah, no, it's funny. Wolfman, when I posted or Jordan posted that he was watching Sorcerer because I told him to watch that one, and my Wolfman was like, Sorcerer's Apprentice had like a remake or something, or
Yeah.
I was like, no, I know it's a weird title for that movie because it has nothing to do with wizards and sorcery. It's just
That is weird. Yeah, that has nothing to do with Sorcerer.
No, it has nothing to do with sorcery, but yeah, but it's a really great movie. But anyways, Malcolm.
Yeah, one of these days when I see that when Jordan posts this thing of what movie he's watching, one of these days I'll learn. Oh, that's probably going to show up in the tournament.
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch it.
Right.
Yeah, you might want to watch that one.
But yeah, I haven't seen Sorcerer, but I actually have seen the Manchurian Candidate. I haven't seen it in a while, but I actually really did enjoy it. So I'm gonna go Manchurian Candidate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Super Sorcerer. Yay, made it out of the first round. Woohoo! Hey.
Yeah.
All right, great.
Nice.
All right, got the fly. There we go. There's a heavy hitter right there. And a fistful of dollars, which is a remake of Yojimbo. So yeah, Jacob. We'll see where this is going, but yeah.
I haven't seen A Fistful of Dollars. I just came to the fly recently, and I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Loved it so much that I the next day watched it again. Yeah, Jeff Goldblum is amazing. Yeah, it's the effects in this movie are really good. Like if you have the Blu-ray set, watch some of the special features on it because it's really good. I'm gonna go with The Fly.
Yeah. Well, Austin.
Yeah, maybe this tournament will be the Fly's time to win a tournament. It might be because man, it's a hot one. Yeah, we'll see. It might be a hard one to beat. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I like Fistful of Dollars, I like all those Clint Eastwood ones. But yeah, The Fly's like top 5 horror movies of all time for me. I almost did the same thing, Jacob. I remember I first bought it, watched it. I then watched it with the commentary from David Cronenberg, and then I watched it again like 2 days later. I was just obsessed with this movie. I still am obsessed with this movie. I think it's incredible. I think it's a masterpiece and a great example of what a remake can do, because the original premise is kind of hokey, kind of corny, 50s movie. But this movie just kills it. So yeah, The Fly.
Yeah. So I've never seen A Fistful of Dollars, so that's just a blind spot. So I'll get around to it. We're eventually going to do Best Western, so I'll get to it. But yeah, The Fly is awesome. Yeah. Jeff Goldblum, Gina Davis. Like Gina Davis was very attractive back in the day. Ooh, yeah. But and yeah, like it's just kind of interesting how like being transformed with a fly gives you kind of like superhuman strength and agility and all that stuff. If you think about it, maybe the flies are that strong compared to humans. It's just at a different size. I don't know, but yeah, and then also too, it was reminded of the Simpsons episode where we did a parody of that. The fly where like Bart turned into like a half fly, but just has like the head of a fly or something. Yeah, so I'll go with The Fly. Yeah, The Fly is an all timer for horror. So.
Yeah.
Brian.
I mean, you could see Fistful of Dollars in Back to the Future 2, and both Biff watching the TV is a hotel.
Oh yeah.
So,
Sure.
for me, I'll go with The Fly. I love the practical effects, and love Jeff Goldblum's performance in this one as well. So The Fly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of funny when you look up the cast of The Fly. That David Cronenberg, and he kind of looks like Jeff Goldblum in a way. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's kinda
he's
interesting.
he's the doctor when she goes to try to get an abortion of the larva fetus. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, nice. Well, Malcolm, what do you say?
With the cost of living as it is, a fistful of dollars probably buy you one tomato. But,
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the movie. It's like I'm not really a big Western guy, but one of these days I'll eventually go and have a look at some classic Westerns. But The Fly is a classic, and yeah, so I'm going to go The Fly here.
Yeah. Richie, what do you got?
Fistful of Dollars is great. I'd recommend it, but the Fly is a heavy hitter. Fly is not only one of the best remakes, not only one of the best Cronenberg, probably Cronenberg's best film, but one of the best horror films of all time. So yeah, the Fly.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
All right. Be a heavy hitter in this tournament. We'll see what we got next. We got Fright Night versus The Parent Trap.
All right.
So we'll start with me. Yeah, I haven't seen that Parent Trap Lindsay Lohan remake, but I watched that Freaky Friday one. We'll talk about remakes. So I guess she made two pretty good Disney remakes. But yeah, that Fright Night movie is awesome, and I think it's better than the original. And great cast, great performances. So I'll go Fright Night. Jordan.
Yeah. Yeah. So I've seen both of these, and for my money, I actually preferred the original Parent Trap with Haley Mills. Like that's just one that I grew up on, and I was just never a big Lindsay Lohan fan. I mean, she's fine. Like I do really like Mean Girls a lot, and Freaky Friday to an extent. I think it is good, but yeah, I just never gravitated towards this Parent Trap. But Fright Night's awesome though. Yeah, I think that it's a great remake. Like it's like one with the original's great, the remake's great. They're just both great, and I was really glad that I got to see it in 3D because it's one that actually worked really well. Because they did a thing where they did it like a slight bit of slow motion every time there was like something coming out of the screen, and it actually worked really well to make it pop more. And also shout out Anton Yelchin, rest in peace. He's great in it. Yes. So yeah, I'll vote for Fright Night. Brian?
I'll go with Parent Trap on this one. It's the first film with Lindsay Lohan. Love the switch up how they meet at summer camp. They're both younger, and I haven't seen the Fright Night, so Parent Trap.
Yeah. Malcolm?
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen the remake of The Parent Trap. I've still got to see the original. But I mean, I do remember liking it. But I watched Fright Night recently for the first time. Would have been last year for one of the shows I was doing, and I think it's really good. Like David Tennant's like really creepy in it. I'm gonna go Fright Night.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna pretty. I was gonna say that's got a pretty underrated little cast in it. So yeah, I mean,
yeah, I know you're a fan of Fright Night,
Sarandon and Toni Collette.
Like I am, Richie. You're a fan of this
like it's been a while since I've seen the Parent Trap remake. It's pretty good. I'll probably check it out again at some point. The Fright Night remake is awesome. Like the cast is really good. David Tennant and Colin Farrell look like they're having a ball in this film. They're just chewing scenery. But it's great. And yeah, Anton Yelchin is great. Even like smaller roles like Christopher Mintz-Plasse is really good. I love this film a lot. I think it's actually better than the original. I like the original, but it's better than the original. So I'm gonna go Fright Night.
Yeah. Jacob, what do you say?
I don't really know much about Fright Night. Never really a movie it's not really a movie that I've heard much about. I really enjoy The Parent Trap. I haven't seen the original, but I've seen this version, and yeah, I think it's decent fun. I'd probably go back to it at some point, so I'll go with The Parent Trap.
All right. 42
Yeah.
for Fright Night.
Fright Night.
And we go down to The Mummy, 99 versus Homeward Bound, The Incredible
Oh,
Journey.
Dang.
Which is
Makes
a
me
remake.
sad.
You know, it's a Disney remake of a Disney movie. So yeah, just an updated version. So Jordan, we got.
Yeah. So I grew up with Homeward Bound. Like I'm a big Homeward Bound fan. Chance and Sassy and Shadow and like I always quote like whenever we're like traveling anywhere, especially to like little kids, I'll be like you see that mountain? Home is just over that mountain. So, but it is good, and I like the voice cast and everything, but like ain't gonna hold up to The Mummy. The Mummy is just like a classic. Like Brendan Fraser kills it in this, and it's got a good auxiliary cast of characters that he's working with that just are a ton of fun, and yeah, like I just have fun every single time I watch it. So yeah, I'm gonna go with The Mummy. Brian.
Yeah, the movie's a lot of fun, but I'm gonna go with Homebound this one. It doesn't get enough love. Love the voice performance for Michael J. Fox, Sally Field. I sort of forgot who the voice of Shadow was, but I quite enjoyed this from growing up, and I quite enjoyed the sequel a lot last San Francisco. So I'll go Homebound.
Yeah, Malcolm, what do you say?
Yeah, this is a good 90s movies matchup. But yeah, I mean, I think I've seen the remake of Homeward Bound. I just don't remember it that well. But yeah, I really love The Mummy. Mummy's good, so I'm giving my vote to The Mummy.
Yeah.
Just not the other one. They'll probably be coming up on Friday.
Yeah, right.
Another one.
Yeah.
No.
But Richie, what do you say?
Yeah, Homeward Bound is fun. It's like a nostalgic, one for me. But like, yeah, and I guess maybe you could say the same thing about Mummy, which is a nostalgic one for me. But Mummy is awesome. It's still awesome. I still, I own Mummy. It's still very good. I still think it's one of the better remakes. They probably make it for Unstormer as well. I think it's great. So yeah, The Mummy.
Yeah. Jacob, what do you got?
Homeward Bound is it's a lot of fun. Yeah, nostalgia right there. But The Mummy, it's clearly the better movie. I think it's got better performances. So, if we were voting based off nostalgia, I would go Homeward Bound, but we're not. So I'm gonna go with The Mummy.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
Austin?
yeah, Homeward Bound's delightful. It used to come on cable a lot, those weekends on like Disney
Yeah.
Channel, things like that. Yeah, so I've seen it a lot. But yeah, you guys know me. The Mummy's one of my all-time favorite movies, period. Seen it hundreds of times. Literally, great stuff. So yeah, The Mummy. See how far it makes.
Yeah.
Malcolm's
All
still very annoyed that Homeward Bound's not making it.
Yeah, he's very annoyed
Yeah.
that Chance and Shadow are not going through. Yeah,
My
he's not happy
friends.
about that. But I do miss
Yeah.
that movie is amazing when you go back and watch it. The animal acting in that movie is incredible. Like the stuff they got the animals to do and on cue, and it's
I mean, you
Yeah.
can do a tournament on movie animals.
yeah, we could definitely do like a movie animals thing at some point. So
Yeah.
all right, I got
Ooh.
Cinderella and A Star Is Born.
Okay.
So
Mhm.
yeah, Brian.
Yeah, this is actually a tough matchup. Those two, for better remakes, I'll go with Cinderella, and that add more stuff to it than the original, and also you get more of the Prince interacting with Cinderella than the anime, where he appeared for a couple scenes. Here you see a lot more, and Kate Blanchett's performance is so good in this film. So Cinderella.
All right. Yeah, Malcolm.
Yeah. Malcolm, what do you say?
I'm not sure if it's dropped yet, but you can see me and Richie argue about Cinderella in a upcoming movie Battleground match.
Okay. Well, I don't think it's dropped yet, but I hosted that match, so I heard that one.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, I think Cinderella is a really good live action Disney remake. I'm still yet to see the Little Mermaid. Like I've heard some people say it's the best ones. Heard some people not like. I've heard some people not like
No.
it.
No.
But yeah, I know Austin doesn't like it, but I've heard a lot of people actually really do like it. But that being said, like I think the Cinderella is really good, but I do like A Star Is Born a lot more, so I'm gonna go Star Is Born.
Yeah. Richie.
Yeah, here's the thing. I'm not gonna spoil how that debate went, but I will say I don't like Cinderella. I'm not a fan. I think it's kind of boring. And then I haven't seen Star Is Born. So what do? Do I go with one I don't like or one I haven't seen? So I'll go with the one I haven't seen, and I'll go Star Is Born.
Sure, yeah. Well, Jacob?
Yeah, Cinderella was one of those live action remakes that I, for the longest time, just didn't get to. And then we finally did the Rankum. We did live action Disney remakes, and so I was able to finally watch it. And I'm a little disappointed in myself for waiting so long because I do think it's really good. I liked what they added. I thought it added to the story. And yeah, it's one of the better live action. It's probably top 3 for me personally. With a couple others that may or may not come up tonight. We'll see. But yeah, no, A Star Is Born is also really good. It's not one that I've gone back to since seeing it for the first time back in 2018. But yeah, Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga are really good, but it's just not something that I'm going back to. I'll probably go back to Cinderella more, so I'll go Cinderella.
Yeah.
I've only seen one of these movies. I haven't gotten around to that Cinderella movie for some reason. I need to, but I like the animated movie a lot. But yeah, A Star Was Born I watched not too long ago, and I wasn't a fan of that movie. I think it's depressing, and I don't like the ending to that movie. I just think it's really cliche and just not good. So I guess I'll go Cinderella, even though I haven't seen it, just because I didn't like A Star Was Born.
Yeah, I'm in the same camp. I don't like A Star Is Born. I think that like, yeah, like not only is it depressing, like it's kind of cheesy in like parts. Like I just want to get another look at you, kind of thing. And I'm just like I don't know. It's just not a movie for me. And I don't know how many times it's been remade, and it's like the 3rd or 4th remake of A Star Is Born, something like that. And
That was the 4th.
Yeah. So yeah, and Cinderella is really good as a remake. Just the whole concept of Cinderella itself, like, doesn't appeal to me all that much. I mean, it's fine. Like I'll just say that Cinderella is a fine property, but I mean, but a remake though, it actually works really, really well because they do everything that the original does. Then they add on slightly with some stuff that actually expands it and makes it work. So I'll go with Cinderella.
Cinderella. And we'll scoot on down to The Longest Yard with Adam Sandler. And The Wizard of Oz, which is a remake of a Sony film. So, yeah. I told you it was in here, Jordan. How dare you doubt me? All right, anyways.
The first list they sent me did not have The Wizard of Oz. You had a different list because I compared them. I'm like, yeah, those are 2 different lists. It's weird. But anyways.
I don't know. I saw no list.
Yeah.
But that being said, I do really like Adam Sandler's Longest Yard. I think it's really good. But yeah, it just has to go up against The Wizard of Oz. The Wizard of Oz is a classic for a reason. And yeah, so Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. Richie.
Yeah, this is rough. I love The Longest Yard. I actually think it's one of Sandler's. I actually think it's sort of underrated at this point, but yeah, I think it's great and probably got one of the better performances by wrestlers in it. I really like the wrestlers' performances in this, especially Kevin Nash.
Yeah,
I think he's great. And then like if you count Bob Sapp, he's great in the movie. He's I made him shit himself. Anyway.
Yeah.
He broke my nose. I think it's really quotable and I really like it. But yeah, Wizard of Oz is such a classic. So, and yeah, I have to go with that. But yeah, I like Longest Yard.
All right.
Yeah. Jacob, what do you say?
Yeah, I think The Longest Yard is good. I think I've seen the original like once, but I've seen this one a few times, and yeah, it's really funny. But yeah, The Wizard of Oz is an all timer for me, so it's pretty easily The Wizard of Oz. But I'd be tempted to vote for The Longest Yard if it was going up against something else that we've already seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Austin.
I'll go with this logic only because we've seen The Longest Yard a lot lately, and it just won a tournament. That I'll leave Wizard of Oz on the chopping block for now and go Longest Yard because I think it actually is an improvement over the original. The original is pretty good, but it's got some choppy editing, and Burt Reynolds is not a very likable guy in that original movie. So I'll actually go The Longest Yard. Why not?
Yeah. I think I'm in the camp where I think that The Longest Yard is good, but it's not great. It's just kind of like it's fun. It's a fun kind of just like if you're scrolling through cable and it pops on, sure, like I'll watch it if I come across it. But I mean, Wizard of Oz, yeah, it is a classic for a reason. Kind of like Malcolm said, like it's just I stood the test of time all the way from the 30s, and like people still like highly revere it, still talk about it, and then like rewatch it all the time. And so I gotta go with The Wizard of Oz.
Mm-hmm.
So, Brian.
Yeah, I see both of these. Wizard of Oz were childhood movies, but it's almost up to the same. But I had to give off it. We've seen it come multiple bunch of times, so I'll show some love to The Longest Yard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, but it'll be Wizard of Oz.
Wizard.
Yeah.
I will say I was almost considering voting against it because for me, there's that loophole for me when it comes to remakes. Like technically Wizard of Oz is a remake. If it was up against something else that I really did like a lot, I probably would have voted against it.
Yeah.
All right, we got Ocean's 11 and Beauty and the Beast. Richie.
This is easy for me. Beauty and the Beast. I don't consider it a good remake. I don't like it at all. So yeah, I just think a lot of it doesn't work for me. Yeah, I think it's just far inferior to the original animated one, which is I think is one of the best animated films of all time. And Ocean's 11. Not only is it a great remake, a great film, it is better than the original film. The original film sucks, and it's boring. So there's far improves on it, and it's just a cool movie, and I love this film a lot. So Ocean's 11.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Jacob, what do you say here?
Yeah, Beauty and the Beast was one of the other ones that I was referring to when talking about Cinderella. I think it's really good. Yeah, no, it doesn't hold a candle to the original, but that's just how good the original is. It is one of the best animated movies of all time. It was nominated for Best Picture for a reason. It is that good. But I do like this adaptation of it. I think the cast is pretty solid. Yeah, some of the singing, some of the music is a little questionable, but I think what they added to the story works for me personally. So, and I haven't seen Ocean's 11. It's also a big blind spot of mine that I got to get to. But yeah, I dig Beauty and the Beast, so I'll go with that.
Yeah. Austin.
Yeah, for me, this one will be a case of I think Beauty and the Beast is okay, but the original one's better. And like Richie said, but Ocean's 11, the remake is vastly superior to the original, and it's a great example of what a remake can do. Yeah, because that original one is not good. It's very boring, and this is one where they definitely liven it up, make it a lot more interesting, a lot more fun. So, yeah, great example of what a good remake can do. So, Ocean's 11.
Yeah, well, here's my argument for Beauty and the Beast. Like, has there been any of the any of the live action movies that have been better than the original? Like, I don't think there has.
Jungle Book.
No,
Yeah, Jungle
the
Book
original's
was
better.
No,
It's still better to me.
Jungle Book, I
No
prefer the
way.
remake.
Hundred Dalmatians.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Maybe 101 Dalmatian. That one's close. That's close, but
Yeah.
And obviously Pinocchio.
no, not Pinocchio. Please.
We'll see
God.
that Friday, maybe.
Yeah, but
You might see that Tom Hanks movie on Friday, maybe.
yeah. For me though, like I actually really like Beauty and the Beast, and like a lot of people will complain about about the singing, especially Emma Watson. But when you're comparing it to, I can't remember who did who did the original singing,
It's
but
like Paige.
Paige O'Hara.
Paige O'Hara.
Paige O'Hara.
yeah, like you compare it to that, like that's a hard bar to live up to. So I think she was great, all things considered, and like I think a lot of the casting is inspired casting. I think Luke Evans was a great Gaston. I think Josh Gad was perfect for LeFou. Emma Thompson for the voice of Mrs. Potts. I mean, even having Kevin Kline playing her dad, like the crazy old Maurice, or like I think that all that even works. Even Dan Stevens as the Beast. I think the Beast might the Beast and like some of the furniture are a little hard to create in live action. Like it might look a little creepy looking, but like as far as the way that it's acted and the way everything's set up and like done, like I think that it works really well. And I love Ocean's 11, but I just want to show some love to a movie that doesn't get as much love, and I have a hard time with these Disney live action remakes. There's really only like 3 that I've even liked at all, and this is one of them. So I'll say Beauty and the Beast. Brian.
I'm also going with Beauty and the Beast. It's my second of the live action remakes. Love some of the voice work. You got Ian McKellen there. You got Ewan McGregor as Lumiere. Love the backstory for the Beast as well. How his mom died of the plague, and I quite enjoyed the new songs added, like Evermore, one of my favorite songs for live action remake, and Days of the Sun. And also love the new rest of the ads to the movie. So Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah. Malcolm, what do you say here?
Yeah, I mean, just to answer Jordan's question that you proposed before, like personally, I'm not a big fan of the animated Peter Pan. I actually think Peter Pan and Wendy was actually a lot better.
Oh God, no!
Really? Oh,
look,
I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard nothing but bad things besides you. So yeah.
But as I said, that's only because I personally wasn't that much of a fan of the original animated one, so anything would have been better to me. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to Beauty and the Beast, I do enjoy the animated one, but I actually like this just that little bit more. But I think it was really good as well. It would be interesting to see how different it would have looked, because I think it was originally going to be Miles. Oh no, it was the other way around. Because Miles, Emma Watson was going to be in La La Land with Miles Teller, but because of she was doing this, she had to pull out. But but
yeah, I think it's going to be was it Emma Stone and I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if it was going to be Emma Stone and Beauty and the Beast, because I think Emma Stone would have been too old. But I know Emma Watson was going to be
with
Emma Stone's character in La La Land. But for whatever reason, she had to drop out. But that being said, Ocean's 11 is great, and I really do like that. So I'm going to go Ocean's 11 on this.
Yeah.
All right, we got a tie to Jacob.
Sorry, I can't vote for a movie I haven't seen. I haven't seen Ocean's 11, so I gotta stick with Beauty and the Beast.
Ooh,
wow! I think that's
upset city.
That is an upset.
That's a big upset in my mind. Ocean's 11.
I like it though.
That Ocean's 11 is way better than the original. Wow!
I believe you. I just haven't seen it. So
wow. Okay.
No.
Interesting. Okay.
All right, time to go watch it.
Got Little Shop of Horrors from the 80s and The Crazies. Jacob.
Yeah, I forgot the Crazies. I forgot about the Crazies. I was watching The Evil Dead, the 1981, and one of the previews before is The Crazies, and I was like, oh yeah, I have seen that, and what a fitting title. I think that title fits. Little Shop of Horrors, I think is great. Austin and I talked about it on our musicals episode that we did a while back. And yeah, Rick Moranis is great. I think I can't remember the guy who does the singing for Audrey too, but he is great. Yeah, fun music. Man, this This is actually closer because as soon as I was reminded, I remember really enjoying the Crazies, and I think it's Timothy Oliphant.
Yeah.
It gives a good performance. So, man, last time I went musical over horror. This time I'll go horror over musical and actually go with the Crazies.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah, this
Austin.
is a tougher match than I think because I think both of these are improvements over the original. I think the Little Shop of Horror movie is a lot of fun, and like a good puppet, and the Audrey puppet is very very good, and amazing cast in there. And the Crazies is also an improvement. I like the original as well. You know what, Jacob? Surprisingly, I'm going to go with the musical in this one because I like Rick Moranis a lot, and I'm going to go. And I like John Candy, and I like Bill Murray and Steve Martin, and they're all great in this movie. So
What is happening?
We have entered
what is
the
happening?
multiverse.
Yeah, right. I'll go Little Shop of Horrors. Hey, technically, it's a horror movie as well. It's a horror musical.
That's true. That's true.
You know, it's not that far off.
It was on JPO's list yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah. So, Jordan.
Yeah, so I'm a fan of both these movies, and the Craziest director, Breck Eisner. He only directed he's directed like a bunch of movies, but there's a lot of them that I just haven't heard of before. I only heard of 3 of them: the Crazy Sahara and the Last Witch Hunter. And he has some kind of like direct to like DVD stuff that he did. But and Little Shop of Horrors has a great cast, but it's kind of like, I don't know, like probably just what they're doing with the Crazy just appeals to me a little more. It is great, and probably my favorite thing in Little Shop of Horrors is just Steve Martin as the dentist. I think there's a lot of fun in it, but yeah, the Crazy is a movie that I go back to all the first time that I saw it was a movie that had me on the edge of my seat. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Crazy. So, Brian.
Yeah, I'll go with the Little Shop of Horrors as well. I quite enjoy this a lot. Love the music. Love the comedy. Even the elementary film with him doing the music for this one. So yeah.
Nice.
And also the remake that was supposed to happen for this recently got canceled apparently.
Interesting, huh?
Yeah.
Malcolm, what do you say?
Yeah, I honestly, this is the first time I've heard about the Chris Evans Little Shop of Horrors being cancelled. But yeah, so this is the tricky thing when it comes to Little Shop of Horrors because, like, I know I said earlier when it came to this, like some of these, I may get a little technical here because, even though yes, it is a remake, it does fit that criteria. It's more technically an adaptation of the Broadway show, which is a remake. So it's kind of a full circle type thing. But that being said, I haven't seen the Crazies. It is something I do want to see. It's probably going to show up when we get to the 2010s later series. But no, I'm just going to go to Little Shop of Horrors here.
Yeah. So it's confirmed by Taron Egerton. I guess he was supposed to be in the remake of Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh no, it was like Taron Egerton was the earlier one. And then I think Chris Evans was the one cast in that role.
Okay, well maybe the Chris Evans one might still happen.
Chris Evans supposed to be the doctor, not Seymour.
Okay. Yeah, but Richie, what do you say here?
Yeah, I'm actually into the multiverse. I'm going to go to the musical as well because Crazy is good, but I like Little Shop of Horrors a bit better. So Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah.
All right, Little Shop of Horrors.
Right.
And we're going to go to the other side. We probably need to crank up the pace just a tad, you guys. We're running a little bit behind on this one, so let's crank it up a little bit for the second side, and then we'll get to the other side, see what we got. All right, so... All right, so we got the Blob from '88 against Insomnia.
Okay.
All right, and we'll go to myself first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Insomnia. Yeah, it's a solid Christopher Nolan movie and a remake. I love The Blob, one of my favorite horror movies of all time, and a definite improvement over the original one. So The Blob.
Yeah. I think that Insomnia is fine. Like I'm just not a huge fan of like older Al Pacino, the like hoo-ah, like era Al Pacino is what I call it. But I love earlier Al Pacino, like even though I don't love the Godfather movies, I love Al Pacino in that. Like I love his performance in it. But and yeah, the Blob is a lot of fun though. Like, yeah, and it's a really creative, movie in general, and what they do with the remake improves on the original by leaps and bounds. So yeah, so I'll go with the Blob. Brian?
Yeah, I haven't seen the Blob, so I'll go with Insomnia.
Yeah. Malcolm?
Yeah, I haven't seen The Blob. It's one that I know Austin's said that I should watch a few times for various things.
I've been
but I
telling
just
you to
haven't-
watch this one for like a year, Malcolm. Let's get on it. What you doing?
Yeah, I mean, it's just more of a case I just haven't found. I've found other versions, but I do actually really like Insomnia though. And so I'm gonna go Insomnia.
And also it has my boy Art LaFleur from The Sandlot, who plays the Babe Ruth in like the flashback scene. Like he's good in that too.
Yeah.
Not
a character.
But
Richie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Insomnia is great. Based on like the French movie and I think I don't know.
It's a Norwegian movie actually.
Norwegian movie.
Yeah, I had it
Based
on
on
Basehead recently as a Norwegian movie. Yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so it's all right. But yeah, I'm just gonna go sort of the Ocean's 11 logic, where it's like, yeah, the Blob is vastly superior to the original, and we're doing best movie remakes, and I can compare the two, so I'll go with the Blob.
Yeah. Jacob, you got?
I cannot compare the two because I haven't seen the two, but I have seen Insomnia, and I haven't seen the what it's based off. But I've seen this one. I like this one. I think Robin Williams, Al Pacino, Hilary Swank are all great. So I'll go with Insomnia.
Yeah. Well,
it's a tie to me, and yay! One of my votes goes through.
The Blob. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. Got Evil Dead versus Dune.
Ooh.
So there we go. Jordan, you'll be first on this one.
Well, these are both two movies that I liked, but I didn't love them. So but they're both like movies that a lot of people do regard pretty highly, I think. But yeah, this one's tough because they're kind of like on the same level. They're at that like 7 out of 10 for me. So, and I'm also in the camp where like I'm not that hyped for the next Dune after seeing the trailer. Just looks like a bunch of generic stuff running around in the sand kind of thing. It might be good and surprise us all, but I don't know. But so you know what? Like the Evil Dead as a franchise overall is growing on me quite a bit because I did like a lot of parts of Evil Dead Rise. So this one was solid. So I'll go with it, even though I mentioned it's like these movies that, especially the last two, like too much blood for me, but it's fine. I can ignore that. So yeah, Evil Dead. Brian?
Yeah, I also was a big fan of Dune when it came out. I'm not the biggest Evil Dune fan, but I'll go with Evil Dead on this one. It's a good continuation to the series.
Yeah. Malcolm?
Yeah, I'm also not the biggest fan of Dune. But I mean, I'm still going to see the second one just because I think that it's like he split the book into two parts because I think the actual book of Dune is just really long. It's really long.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I mean, once I see part 2, I'll be able to judge if it really needed to be 2 parts, and because if there was a lot, so it felt like there was a lot he probably could have trimmed out of the first part. But yeah, but I really do love the Evil Dead remake, so I'm gonna go Evil Dead.
Yeah, the original Dune book, the novel, it's about 900 pages long, so it's pretty long.
Yeah.
But Richie?
Yeah, I haven't seen the Dune yet. I'm going to watch it before the second one comes out. So it's on my list. And but yeah, I like the Evil Dead remake. Yeah, it's really good. I like Fede Alvarez as director. Although he he did go down a peg when I realized I watched the credits for the aforementioned Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022 version. I realized he wrote some of the script. He wrote the script. That's annoying. Like, yeah. Why? Anyway. But yeah, no, it's really good. It's really bloody. That's what I want in an Evil Dead movie. It's nuts. That's what I want in an Evil Dead movie. And I'm liking this Evil Dead Resurgence. Evil Dead Rise is really good too. So yeah, I'll go Evil Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Jacob, what do you say?
This is a tough one, because I'm new to Evil Dead. Just watched it, very very recent.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, if you want to hear my full thoughts on it, you can go back to Austin and I's podcast about movies from Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
But Dune, like, if we're judging it based off the remake, and I understand it's like half a movie because it is a two-parter, but that original is something. Whereas the original Evil Dead is a great movie, and it's kind of hard to, top it or go above it. I think it does, and I mentioned this on the show. I think it does a good job with it, and it changes just enough to warrant being a remake. And the changes that they made were really smart. They really they ramped up the blood because even that 1981 version is pretty bloody. But yeah, if we're judging the remake, I think I'm gonna go Dune, but just slightly.
Yeah.
Easy for me.
What is it?
I haven't voted yet.
Okay, yeah.
Easy for me because I haven't watched Dune yet. I have the 4K sitting over here. At this point, I'm just gonna wait till like a week before the second one comes out and then just watch that one. But yeah, that Evil Dead 2013 movie is really good. Yeah, we talked about it on Sunday. I like it a lot. So yeah.
Dune feels like one of those movies that people are going to enjoy more once both parts are out and you can watch the full story.
Yeah,
probably.
I think so.
Apparently, Fede Alvarez is directing an Alien movie.
Yeah, he's directing that
really?
Hulu thing. That Hulu thing he's directing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we got 101 Dalmatians, which a lot of people forget about from the 90s, Glenn Close, and Maniac, Elijah Wood. So, yeah, well, I mean, Cruella skins people, and Elijah Wood skins puppies, and Elijah Wood skins people. So, that's they kind of go hand in hand.
I want to see the crossover in that movie now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
People.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with 100 Dalmatians on this one. Love the change it from wanting to be a musician to a baby designer. Gonna close for his role. And yeah, 100 Dalmatians.
Yeah. Malcolm, what do you say?
Well, I'm pretty sure Jordan's finally seen Maniac now.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not a big fan of Maniac. But when I watched it for the 2012 tournament, so I'm gonna go 101 Dalmatians.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Richie.
Yeah, there's no way Maniac's winning, but I'll vote for it because yeah, it's good. It can't. I honestly forgot about it until I think I don't know, there was something they're talking about, and then Austin brought it up again. And I was like, Maniac, and it actually came in it helped me a bit when because we did, a few weeks ago, did picks and lists, and then JPO was like, "Oh, name Elijah Wood movies," and then I was like, "Oh yeah, that Maniac," and then so yeah,
you're welcome, Richie.
yeah. So yeah, almost and so yeah. I don't know if I end up winning the point at the end, but I was the final 2 or 3. But anyway, but yeah, so I'll go Maniac. But I do like the 101 Dalmatians remake. It's good. So yeah, I'll go Maniac.
Yeah. Jacob, what do you say?
Haven't seen Maniac. I think 101 Dalmatians is a lot of fun. I think Glenn Close is great as Cruella, so I'll go with 101 Dalmatians.
Yeah, sounds good. Austin.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Maniac. I've lobbied for it to be on a couple of these tournaments, and yeah, it's a definite good remake. The original with Joe Spinell is very creepy, but it's very creepy 80s, like uncomfortable, like you want to take a shower after it. But this one is really creative with the POV stuff, and the synthwave is really good for the score. So yeah, I'll go Maniac. Why not?
Yeah, so for some reason I totally forgot that Maniac was going to be on this thing, because I was actually watching it for our best of 2012 championship. But I mean, here it is. So yeah, I've seen it now. So and so a good measurement for me of whether or not I really enjoy a movie is, does it keep me engaged the entire time? Like I really want to just be invested the whole entire time, and not find myself getting bored, or like I have ADD, so like if I start fidgeting, or like I feel like I need to go do something else, like I'm just like, oh, this movie kind of like that was my thing with like Sorcerer. Like when it gets good, it gets really good, and I'm really invested like just the first 40 minutes or so. I just found myself going, oh, okay, like let's get to it already. But with Maniac, it wasn't like that. Maniac's great from the beginning, like from the get go, and it has a great synth wave kind of soundtrack to it. And like it's from the first person of Elijah Wood, but like it's not like super erratic or anything. It's like very slow and like methodical, and like shows how he plots everything out, and it actually worked really, really well. So like I was pretty impressed by it. And 101 Dalmatians, that's one of the live action remakes that I actually do like, because I think Glenn Close is a perfect Cruella, and DeVille and Jeff Daniels it is great in it. And then even like the henchman, I know one of them, Hugh Laurie. I can't remember who does the other one, but
it's Mr. Weasley.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
it's Mr. Weasley in Dr. House has stealing puppies.
Nice. Yeah, so it's fun, but I want to show some love to Maniac. That like this movie was a lot of fun and like very unique. So yeah, Maniac.
Yeah. All right, well, a tie, and it goes up to Jordan.
Yeah, let's go with Maniac.
Hell yeah!
And also shout out to Elijah Wood. He's one of my favorite actors. So yeah, I gotta go.
Well,
Maniac.
there you go.
Here's the
Nice.
fun fact about 101 Dalmatians, written by John Hughes.
Really?
Oh,
John
yeah.
Hughes? Wow.
Also, Maniac didn't actually make the 2012 championship, Jordan.
Oh, did it not make it? I could have sworn they made it.
No, it didn't.
Okay, well, we still watched it for a reason. So, yeah.
All right. Well, Malcolm will be up first for "Let Me In," the remake of "Let the Right One In," and "True Grit." Coen Brothers movie.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I've seen "Let Me In." I don't think I have now when I think about it, but yeah, I really love the remake of True Grit though. I think Jeff Daniels is great, and he deserved the nomination.
Jeff
Not
Bridges.
Jeff Daniels.
Yeah. We just mentioned
It would have been a different movie as Jeff Daniels.
Yeah.
We still stuck on 101 Dalmatians.
No,
Yeah.
it should be Jeff Daniels, and he should play that character he played in Bloodwork, where he's playing the harmonica.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. There you go. Oh.
But he's great in True Grit. And all the supporting cast like Haley Steinfeld. I want to say it's Josh Brolin, but I'll probably mix it up with James.
It's Josh Brolin. Yes.
Good, I got something right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna go True Grit here before I
And that's his
Me
cue to
spit
turn
out
off the
the face.
microphone. Hey, Richie.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Again, your dog's mad that Hanuman Dog. I mean, maybe he's not mad that Munro Dog just went through, given that what the, you know. Anyway,
Matter is, yeah.
yeah. Let Me In's a good remake. Yeah, remade of Let the Right One In. But I still think Let the Right One In is better. Yeah, Chloe Grace Moretz does find herself in a lot of horror remakes. She's also in obviously Carrie.
We'll see that on Friday.
Yeah, I think yeah. I don't know. I'm in between, but on that anyway. But yeah, and it's good. But yeah, True Grit. It's not as good as True Grit. True Grit is great. I think it's better than the original, which is sort of what in spirit. If I got something to compare it to, the general rule of thumb, if I got something to compare it to, if I've seen the original and I've got something to compare it to, and it's better than the original, then it will go through. So yeah, True Grit goes through in my eyes. So yeah, True Grit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Jacob, what do you say?
Yeah, I haven't seen Let Me In or Let the Right One In, so I can't speak on those. I have seen both versions of True Grit. I actually have them in a double feature. So I watched them back to back, and yeah, I think I prefer this to the original. I think good performances here. I think both of them are good. It's just if I were to go back to one, I would probably go back to the remake rather than the original. So I'll go True Grit.
Yeah, sounds good. Austin.
Yeah, simple logic for me as well. I think Let Me In is good, but I think Let the Right One is better. And in True Grit's case, I think the remake is better than the original. So True Grit for me.
Yeah, so I didn't love True Grit the remake when I first saw it, but upon rewatches, like it's grown on me, and I'm a big Haley Steinfeld fan, and I think she's great, and Jeff Bridges like that, like Rooster Cogburn character, kind of is just like a weird character to me. I don't know, Rooster Cogburn, like it's just I don't know, like I don't really care for the character all that much. I kind of like more of like Matt Damon's character and Josh Brolin, some of those other ones. And like probably Haley Steinfeld's my favorite part of the whole movie. But Let Me In, like it's fine. I think that the original Let the Right One In is like a near masterpiece of horror. So it's just hard to live up to it. So I think I got to go True Grit.
Chloe Grace Moretz
Brian.
also wants to appear again. So yeah, she's also
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I'll go with the Thanos and Open Eye Say movie, True Grit.
Yeah. Sounds good.
All right. True Grit.
That's it. Yeah.
Yep. We've got Cape Fear, the Martin Scorsese movie, against Dawn of the Dead from Zack Snyder.
All right.
So, Richie.
Yeah, this is tough. I like Dawn of the Dead. Fine. I think it's certainly Zack Snyder's better zombie film other than the other ones. But yeah, it's pretty good. I think it's underrated. Cape Fear is really good too. Yes, yeah, I really like both of these. Just by a hair, I'll go Cape Fear, and maybe just because I just love Robert De Niro's performance. So just it's captivating. So I'll go Cape Fear.
Yeah. Jacob, what do you say?
I haven't seen either of these, so I just if both of them were in front of me, which one would I choose? Probably Dawn of the Dead is more enticing, so I'll go with that one.
Yeah. Austin.
Yeah, it's funny. I like both these movies a lot. I think the Cape Fear remake is very, very good, and yeah, you kind of forget it's a Scorsese movie, but yeah, it's very good. De Niro's awesome in it. He's very creepy. Good supporting cast there. But yeah, I love Dawn of the Dead. It's just under the original for me, but they're very, very close to where Dawn of the Dead is still in my like 32 favorite horror movies and in my top 100. I love that movie a lot, so I'll go Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah. So I haven't seen Cape Fear. That was one that, like, if I would have had more time, that would have been one that I probably would have tried to watch. But I just didn't get to it. But yeah, actually, love the Dawn of the Dead remake. I actually think that for my money, that's better than the original to me. So I think that it's a lot of fun. Just like they have a cool cast, and it's also because like I'm not a big fan of like some of the like makeup and like some of the like effects used from the original, and like I feel like like people will like tell me they're supposed to be done on purpose that way. I don't know if it was. I don't know, but
Yes, it was.
yeah, but it just looks bad to me. But yeah, this movie's awesome, and like I'm becoming a bigger Zack Snyder fan that the more times that I watch his movies. So yeah, I'll go Dawn of the Dead. Brian.
Yeah, I go with Cape Fear as well. I love his performance. I haven't seen Cape Fear ever. The first time I heard Cape Fear was that Simpsons episode they did a couple years ago with the whole Sacha Bob and the Neo characters. Then afterwards, when I saw what's Cape Fear, so Cape Fear.
There's one on a
Yeah.
cowboy video that was like decades ago.
Yeah. But Malcolm.
Yeah, I haven't seen Cape Fear. I should have used my psychic sense and realized I was going to be here. But because it is actually streaming on Amazon Prime at the moment for me, so I could have watched it if I wanted to. But that being said, I really do like the remake of Dawn of the Dead. I do think it's a really good movie, and it's about time we sort of get that out of round one.
Yeah, that's right. That's another one that hardly ever gets out of round one.
Yeah, right.
It's a really good movie, but yeah, Dawn of the Dead. All right.
It deserves it. Yeah.
All right, sounds good. We got Bedazzled with Brendan Fraser, and I didn't want to throw it, but I
Really?
figured most horror fans have kind of come around on Rob Zombie's Halloween, so I threw it in here. But if it doesn't make it out of the first round, I understand. So I'm fine.
Yeah, that's one of the borderline picks. Yeah.
It's one of the borderline ones. I didn't really know what to do with it, but I think me and Richie are fans of it, and some other people in the community, so I threw it in here. So we'll see what happens. But Jacob, you first.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Bedazzled, so and
really should. It's really funny. It's actually very, very funny.
Yeah, it is.
I'll get to it, I'm sure. But yeah, no, I don't dislike Halloween. You know, the original is my favorite horror movie. I really love that movie. So, you know, it doesn't hold a candle to that one for me. But I don't mind it. Once it gets into like the actual like remake portion, I think it's decent. So I could do without like the backstory. I don't think we need to know Michael Myers' backstory, but you know, for what it is, it's not terrible. So I'll go with Halloween.
Yeah. I'm Austin. What do you say?
Yeah, again, I will defend the Rob Zombie Halloween. I think it's pretty solid overall. I'm a Rob Zombie fan though, so you know it is what it is. But yeah, I think that Bedazzled remake, and a lot of people don't realize the remake of a Dudley Moore movie is actually really, really good. Brendan Fraser's great, and it doesn't hurt that Elizabeth Hurley is smoking hot in every outfit that she wears.
Yeah.
It's very easy on the eyes. But all the segments are hilarious. The basketball stuff, the one where he's the sensitive guy, the drug cartel, that like everything's funny in this movie, and it's really, really good. So I'll go Bedazzled actually.
Yeah, whatever happened to Elizabeth Hurley? Like she's not really in any movies. Like when I look her up, she's just like married to like some Middle Eastern software tycoon.
She married a rich guy, and she just hangs out on beaches and posts stuff on her Instagram.
Yeah.
But she still looks great. She posts bikini pictures all the time. She still looks great. So.
Right.
She's doing modeling. She used to date an Australian cricket player, Shane Warne.
Okay.
Oh,
nice. Well, I've never seen Rob Zombie's Halloween, so I'm still trying to fill in all my gaps for some of these horror sequels, which I'm gonna get around to closer to Halloween. But yeah, Bedazzled's a lot of fun. Like it's just kind of interesting how she plays the devil, and then Brendan Fraser's making all these wishes, but all the wishes come with a caveat. It's like that, like he wants to be like one of the best basketball players, but then he has like a tiny little penis.
Look. I feel. You know what? In my opinion, who cares? Like you're still a basketball player. Just deal with your tiny dick.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's
Yeah,
also
right.
really, really stupid.
Oh, he is dumb.
Yeah. Yeah,
like
like,
really,
really dumb. Yeah.
yeah, to where like he
Yeah.
can't remember like how to open his locker and like he doesn't know how to do anything. Like he's really good at basketball, but he's really stupid.
And he looks like a freaking albino, like with
Yeah.
pale skin and white hair or something weird.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I think Bedazzled is a lot of fun, and so yeah, I'll go with Bedazzled. Was it directed? Was it Harold Ramis?
That's Harold Ramis directed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes, it's pretty good. Yeah. But Brian, what do you say?
Yeah, I'm also going with Bedazzled. It's been a very long time since I might have to be watching it again. I think it's on Disney Plus for me. I think I'm not sure,
Mhm.
but
Nice.
I'll go Bedazzled because I feel a lot there. So Bedazzled.
Mhm.
That sounds right. Like they usually have stuff about the devil on Disney Plus usually.
Mhm.
But Malcolm.
Yeah, no, I was just quickly looking up Elizabeth Hurley's filmography. She really hasn't done anything sort of notable since Serving Sarah in 2002. Like,
Yeah,
her
really.
last 3 movies was about 3 random British Christmas movies: Father Christmas Back, Christmas Paradise, Christmas
I
in the
think she's in
Caribbean.
Runaways as well. The TV
I was
series.
getting there, Brian. Like, as I said, like a big notable thing she was in that TV series Runaways, as Brian said.
Yeah.
But yeah, like she hasn't
Big
really done a
Sarah.
lot. But in saying that, she is married to the business tycoon, so she doesn't need to work as much realistically.
Serving Sarah
but
is
yeah.
a Matthew Perry classic right there. Let me tell you.
I mean, I don't hate it, but
Yeah.
that being said, I'm not a big fan of Rob Zombie's Halloween movies at all. On my ranking of the Halloween movies, I've actually got I've actually prefer Halloween 2 over Halloween, but they're still my bottom 2 in the ranking.
Okay.
But I really enjoyed Bedazzled. I do think it's a lot of fun. One of these days, I actually really do want to go watch that original of Dudley Moore because I am intrigued to sort of see
me too.
how similar or different it is to this one. I know, like, obviously the devil is different, but I want to see how much of it is. But yeah, I'm going to go Bedazzled.
Yeah, the original has Rickard Welch in there.
Who?
Rickard Welch.
Raquel Welch.
Oh, okay.
Sounds like you said Matthew McConaughey for a second.
I thought he said
no
Ricardo
idea.
Montalban or something. I was like, what the hell are you talking about?
Matthew McConaughey is looking really good to be in a 60s movie.
Yeah, right. Like, man, that guy time travels or something.
It's also got Barry Humphries in it.
Yeah. R.I.P. Barry Humphries.
Everybody vote?
No, I haven't voted yet.
Richie? Okay.
I'm good. I'm glad to see Halloween here. The first zombie Halloween, I defended. I think it's good. I think the kid who plays the kid Michael Myers is really good. For some reason, I like the actor, but for some reason, the scene where the spy kid gets killed. I don't know. That's a cool scene. Maybe because I'm jealous because that kid grew up to be married to Megan Trainor. I don't know.
Yeah. Lucky.
I like it. I like it. It's well done. There's something about it I like. But yeah, Halloween 2 sucks, but this Halloween's pretty good. And I watched it heaps of times. That being said, I'm gonna go Bedazzled.
Nice. There you go.
Bedazzled is really funny. It's underrated. Brendan Fraser movie. Yeah, it's just a funny movie, and it's just like got a dude down on his luck trying to get these wishes, and always getting fucked over, it's funny. It's not like the first remake Liz Hurley's been in. She was in that My Favorite Martian movie as well. And Jeff Daniels. Right. Which is not wonderful, but I don't know if it was but that's more a remake of a TV show. So
we'll eventually do a tournament of adaptations of TV shows into movies, and we'll do one of those. And that'll probably
and you want to know something crazy? I was going through some old stuff that I had, and I found a ticket stub for My Favorite Martian. That movie came out in like the 90s. Like, I don't know why I still have that. Yeah. That's weird.
Bedazzled.
No. All right, and we'll go to True Lies, which is a remake of a French movie, and Little Women from 2009. Or 2019. Excuse me.
19.
The recent one. The recent one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go first. I'm never watching Little Women. I'll never watch that movie. So True Lies.
Well, for both Little Women movies, the original and the remake, just kind of happened into them because, like I think my mom was just watching Little Women, and I just happened to walk in the to the living room, and I sat down and I watched it, and I actually quite liked it. And then the second one, I was working in a movie theater, and just happened to walk into the theater, and I sat down and watched like half of it, and then I was like, I want to come back and see it. So I came back and I saw it, and it was actually really good. And usually not my style of movies, but I mean, every once in a while, some movies from a genre I'm not a fan of slip in there. So, True Lies is a classic. I don't know why they made a TV show of True Lies. That just seems like pointless to me. But like my ex called me up and was like, "Tell me I need to watch." I'm like, "No, that's a hard pass." But yeah, I think here I'm gonna show some love to Little Women just because it's a unique one even for me to enjoy. So I'll go Little Women. But Brian?
Yeah, Little Women is very delightful. Love the chemistry between the four ladies. Chris, Davis, Chris Cooper or Bob Odenkirk as the father, which I was surprised to see in the film.
Yeah.
And and I love Saoirse Ronan in the film, and yeah, Little Women.
Yeah, that's a good word to use for it. Delightful. Like that's a good way to
Is.
describe
I
it.
don't like movies
Yeah.
that are delightful.
Yeah. You usually pass on those ones.
Yeah, I
also?
usually pass on delightful movies. I've heard people be like, "Oh, The Little Mermaid is delightful."
Delightful.
Yeah, fuck that movie.
Yeah.
Delightful.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense. But Malcolm, you find it delightful, Little
No.
Women?
But I hadn't said anything yet, anyway.
Oh yeah. Well,
But
yeah.
yeah. I mean, I to talk about True Lies for me, I watched it. I finally did get around to watching it when it was put on Disney Plus for me. True Lies is a delightful movie. But
It's not how I would describe True Lies.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a good movie.
The
And
Middle Eastern guy
I've
should have
seen
been a
it.
helicopter to try and blow him up. That
Like
call that delightful.
delightful is like I just saw the movie. Now I want to skip through a meadow with flowers.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
my
right.
kids are there. Like that's not how I describe delightful.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But anyway, I have seen a few episodes of the TV series of True Lies. And actually, the TV series was actually I actually really did enjoy the TV series.
Oh,
yeah, I mean, and like
check
you've
it
got it does actually feature some actors you actually do like. There's Beverly D'Angelo from National Lampoons pops up, and
okay.
and then Matthew Lillard is in there somewhere. But so there's a few known actors in the series. Unfortunately, it's not getting. It was cancelled after one season, but I enjoyed it. But I just enjoy Little Women a lot more. And I just think it's a really good movie, so I'm going to go Little Women.
Yeah, sounds good. Richie, what you saying?
Moving on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Jacob.
Sounds good. Jacob.
Yeah, I have not seen True Lies. I think Little Women is good. Probably not one that I'm going to revisit very often, but I think performances are good. So I'll go with Little Women.
Wow.
Well,
Upset City.
Well, maybe you can hold out for the 4K, Jacob, of True Lies when that finally
I'll
comes
buy
out.
it.
See it in 4K.
Mm-hmm. All right, got It Chapter 1 and The Birdcage.
Oh,
Jordan.
Yeah, right. Oh, this is tough. But...
Sorry, guys. I have to go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Who's up first?
Jordan.
Okay. Yeah, the Birdcage, the one that surprised me. Like I think that it's a lot of fun. I think that Robin Williams is great. Nathan Lane, he's great. Even Hank Azaria and Gene Hackman, like they're all great. And but it though just blew me away. I thought it was so good, and it's one I go back to all the time. Great theater experience. It's one of the last like few horror movies where the theater was just packed. When I went to the biggest theater in my town when I was living up in Seattle, so I was in a bigger city, and so in the absolute like highest capacity theater that fit the most people, and it was a packed house, and it was a lot of fun seeing it that way. So I'll go with it. Brian?
Yeah, whoever think it reminds me of the great smaller entrance of Clark Wolf and Mark Wahlberg coming as Pennywise and Georgie. And anyways, for I'm gonna go with A on this one. It's a great remake of a campy TV special back in the 80s with Tim Curry. Those cars were great performance as Pennywise. So it.
Yeah, sounds good. Malcolm, what do you say?
Yeah, I mean, I actually haven't got around seeing the Birdcage yet. It's one of the biggest blind spots I've got. But I really enjoyed it, Chapter One. I think the remake was really good, and I'm curious to see what the director of this has for the Flash movie that he's that's coming out shortly. So I'm going to go with it.
Yeah. Richie, what do you say?
I love Birdcage. It's a really good remake. Rob Williams is great, and Nathan Lane's great. But I don't know how long I could keep doing this, but it.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
See if you can do it for the rest of this side. Jacob?
Yeah, this one's actually tough because I think both these movies are delightful. No, it was.
I should have said like Evil Dead 2013 is delightful.
Such a delightful,
Yeah.
it's a delightful experience.
Yeah, right.
I'd say that about a movie like Watership Down. It's delightful when the blood rolls across the meadow.
Yeah,
or
right.
even the Fireflies was just so delightful.
It's just delightful.
Yeah.
And, it's good.
Schindler's
Schindler's
List
Yeah.
is a dream or something.
Yeah, Schindler's List is just delightful, you know.
They load up all the Jews into that train. Man, that is delightful.
Train to Busan, delightful stuff.
Yeah. So it's my life with Glee.
This is one of those where, because I really enjoy both these movies. If both of them were in front of me, which one would I choose? I'd probably go the Birdcage.
Yeah. It's not an easy one, but awesome.
I'll go It Chapter 1. I need to revisit the Birdcage. It's just been forever, so It Chapter 1 for me.
It Chapter 1.
That. Got Hellraiser and Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
Also based on a French movie.
Yeah, sure is. A lot of French movies on here. Brian.
Yeah, I haven't gone around to see Hellraiser, but I seen Dirty Rotten Scoundrels for the first time last year. I quite enjoyed a lot. Some great humor. Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
Yeah. Malcolm.
Yeah, it's funny because a lot of the Hulu originals they've put on Disney Plus in New Zealand, Hellraiser was one they didn't. So I haven't got around to seeing it. But I also haven't seen Dirty
Too
Rotten
hard of an
Scoundrels.
R for Disney Plus. Right.
Yeah. It's too delightful for Disney Plus.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I mean, they put Prey on there, which is just as like, but I like Steve Martin, so I'm gonna go Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
Yeah. Richie.
Yeah, it's not on Disney Plus here, but it is on like Foxtel, which is basically our cable or whatever. So I know where to watch it. I just haven't got around to it yet, but I will. But yeah, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels is really funny. The chemistry, Mark Cain and Steve Martin are great, and yeah, it's a really good movie. Certainly better than the remake of the remake, The Hustle, which sucks. So yeah, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, which will probably that could be on there now.
I don't think it is just because I forgot about it, but whatever. It's fine. It's not even worth talking about. I don't think you've seen it. Just kind of came and went.
Jacob.
Again, haven't seen either of these. Hellraiser's a franchise I've been meaning to get into, and so I'll probably watch that first. So I'll go with Hellraiser.
Jacob, if you do, here's how you watch that franchise. You watch 1, you watch 2, you skip and watch this one, and then you're done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you skip all the other 7 or 8 movies in the middle, and you're good. So
I think they sell
1, 2,
those as a double feature.
Yeah,
at
yeah.
Walmart.
The first 2 you can see double DVDs or Blu-rays everywhere, and then watch this one on Hulu, and you're good. All right, you're cool. No need to remove further. Yeah, I'll save you a lot of time. Yeah, no, it's funny. I was just watching Dirty Rotten Scoundrels actually before I went to sleep before this thing. Got about halfway through, and yeah, it was really, really fun. I was enjoying it. I'll definitely finish it. Yeah, 2 con men. Yeah, Michael Caine's kind of the more high-end con man, and Steve Martin's more the ground level, street level con man, and they're kind of playing off each other. And it's really, really fun. I'm glad I was kind of watching it. It's delightful. But yeah, Hellraiser was one of my favorite movies of last year. My favorite horror movie that came out last year. So I'll go Hellraiser.
Yeah, see, my thing is, like, if I have to watch a movie multiple times to understand what the fuck's going on, then like it makes it kind of tough. Like I have to do it with Hellraiser. Like all I really know is that they're going into this creepy house. There's the Hellraiser demon, and like everything changes, and like there's some drug addicts that are on drugs. Like like it. But for me, like it was just a little convoluted for me to like understand.
I mean, I didn't
so
think
like
it was that complicated. I mean, they had to sacrifice. She had to sacrifice like 5 people to save her brother until the final thing. I mean, I thought it was fairly straightforward, but
yeah, like for me, and it's like, what's going on? Like, what does she have to do to get out of this? And then there's like some rich guy that's like playing them, like they're doing something like I don't even like.
Yeah, the rich guy's hanging around waiting for them to get there so he could steal it.
Yeah. So like. Well, I'm not saying that it's a bad movie. Like I just like I need to like just watch it again to understand it. So like maybe it's just a personal thing why I didn't understand it. I don't know, but Dirty Rotten Scandals is a lot of fun. So I remember back in the day in the 90s, McDonald's was doing a thing where like if you bought a certain like meal or like a certain thing, they didn't literally give you a VHS, and one of them was Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. So that's how I got it. I didn't even know that I was going to be getting it until they handed it to me. So I had that on VHS and I watched it, and it's great. I think that the Michael Caine and Steve Martin have great chemistry, and it works really well. So yeah, I'll go with Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
All right, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. Yeah, and we'll go to Freaky Friday and The Great Gatsby. Malcolm.
Of course, it's a hard one for me, saying I've got to go first.
Yep. That's how we do on tournament fights.
Funny enough, Lindsay Lohan's one of those ones that's she's in a lot of good remakes, but then a lot of her other movies she's done is not good.
Yeah, that's true. Done like 3 remakes.
Yeah. I mean, we know that Lindsay Lohan knows who killed her, so but yeah, the Freaky Friday remake was really good. Like Jamie Lee Curtis is great, and especially with this when she gets a chance, sort of like essentially like act like a kid again, and it's just a lot of fun. There's rumors that they are talking about doing a sequel to this, which I think is a little bit too late now. But because I know that the original actually got a sequel, but it was based around a different group of people that switched bodies. And the Disney Channel movie that
will have a daughter, and then all 3.
That's what I mean. It'd be a grandma and a mother swap thing, kind of a dynamic. Yeah, in this one they do. Jacob and I talked about it on our show. Like I think there's a way you could do it that it'll work.
Well, like there was a the actual book that Freaky Friday is based on. There's actually a few different sort of scenarios. I think there's one in which it's kind of an anthology type thing. But I don't know. Without actually looking it up, I won't know for sure. But yeah. But I really do like the Great Gatsby movie. I know it's not definitely not up Austin or Jordan's thing, but so I'm going to give a vote to Great Gatsby because I don't know if anyone else will.
Yeah, Richie?
Yeah, I definitely
Yeah.
think Lindsay Lohan knew who killed her career. It was herself that killed her career. So,
Oh, well, she's making a resurgence.
Yeah.
she's
In
trying.
a way.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah. I mean, I like aspects of The Great Gatsby. I think the performances were all pretty good. Yeah, like all it's sort of a showcase of Australian actors, and it was good for us. It was good for Australian actors in general, and look at all people Australian show business getting all that opportunity. And yeah, there's parts of it I liked. I don't sort of Baz Luhrmann's sensibilities of putting modern music into old day settings doesn't really work sometimes. I don't think it worked here. Having was it Kanye West and all that stuff. That was weird. It was just jarring to me. But yeah, I do like Freaky Friday. I think it's fun, and yeah, I'd watch a remake. I think that would be a lot of fun. Considering Jamie Lee Curtis got some momentum. Lindsay Lohan is obviously maybe cleaned herself up a bit and is on his career of resurgence. I think if you get the best time to do it is probably around now if you're going to do something. So it might be too late, but I'd watch it. So yeah, I think that the one I have less issues with is Freaky Friday. So I'll go Freaky Friday.
Yeah. Jacob, what do you say?
I think The Great Gatsby is just okay. I think it's got some decent performances, but nothing too crazy for me. I think Freaky Friday is awesome. Yeah, rewatched it along with the original. Actually, did a double feature, and yeah, I think this is a vast improvement on the original. So I'm gonna go with Freaky Friday pretty easily, actually.
Yeah. Austin.
Yeah, we talked about Freaky Friday on our show, and yeah, that was my first time watch for me. For some reason, I just never seen it, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun, and yeah, great character work with both of them. And yeah, I think you could definitely do a sequel 20 years later, do a grandmother and a mother aspect, and I think it could work. And they're both good actors. So, and yeah, Baz Luhrmann just doesn't do a lot for me other than Elvis. Elvis is about the only one I've actually liked. So I'll go Freaky Friday.
Yeah, I still haven't seen The Great Gatsby because it doesn't really seem great to me. It just seems maybe just call it Gatsby and like drop the great. I don't know, but Freaky Friday is a lot of fun. Yeah, it's been a long time since I watched it, but I remember like really liking it. Probably like maybe even my favorite Lindsay Lohan movie. Well, I mean, it's up there with Mean Girls, I guess. Like I probably like Mean Girls actually a little bit better, but
They
it's
just need
up
to bring
there.
back that director because the same director did Freaky Friday and Mean Girls. Just bring back that guy and do this new one.
Yeah.
It'll work. Yeah.
Yeah, I should do that. Yeah, for sure. And I actually really like the soundtrack for Freaky Friday because like it has a lot of music that at the time when it was released, like around when I was in high school and stuff. It had a lot of music that I liked, like Simple Plan did that, Happy Together, and like some of those stuff. So yeah, I'll go with Freaky Friday.
I want to see a crossover between Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis and Freaky Friday, and Jason Bateman and Ryan Reynolds in a Change Up. Who those two?
Yeah, right. It'd be the multiverse. Yeah, but
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, apparently the sequel is in the works. It was apparently they're arguing the sequel apparently for Disney Plus for Freaky Friday, so it's sort of confirmed for it.
Yeah.
So I'm also gonna go Freaky Friday too. I love the body switching in the Chinese restaurant, the full fortune cookie aspect, some great humor with Jimmy Curtis as the whole French fry scene. Freaky Friday.
Yeah. And if you haven't seen the original one with Jodie Foster and Barbara Harris, that's pretty good too. So yeah I'd actually recommend that one.
But yeah, just quickly, the sequel books and the thing, like there's one about TV series, a TV set that can see into the future, and then the other sequel is about her brother and father that swap bodies.
Oh, interesting.
All right, Richie will be up first for The Thing and The Jungle Book. So
Well, this is annoying because it's like the Jungle Book is the best Disney adaptation I think on here. and then I'm not going to vote for it. Yeah, but I'll champion it because it's I think it's the one that works. I think again, my ruling was that if it's something better than the original, then I'd sway my vote. Sway my voting, and it is better than the original. I do like the original though, but this is better. I think everything about this movie works. I think John Favreau's schedule is tied up at the moment, but I did hear there was a Jungle Book 2, but I think he's got too much on his schedule to even kind of think about even putting that for production at the moment. But I wouldn't mind going back to this world. But yeah, the thing is the thing. I can't go. It is vastly. It is better than the original. It is. It is really good. It's one of the best horror movies of all time. One of the best horror remakes. It's sort of up there with The Fly that we talked about before. I can't vote against it. Which is annoying because I do love the Jungle Book and I want to champion that, but I can't push it forward this time. So I've got to go to the thing.
Yeah. Well, Jacob, what do you say?
I hate this matchup.
Figured you
I
when it happened.
hate this matchup because there's a clear winner here, and it's not the movie I'm voting for because I'm voting for The Jungle Book. I absolutely love this movie. I do think it's better than the original. I think it is the best live-action remake that they've done so far. Again, it's another one that we talked about on Sunday, so I'm not going to go too in-depth, but if you want to hear my thoughts, go check out the podcast about movies.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think the tone they went with, I think it works. Definitely. I hate that it's going up against The Thing. I wasn't coming in here expecting The Jungle Book to win. I just wanted it to make it out of the first round at least, and I don't think it's going to do that now, and I'm sad, and I just want to go to bed.
All right. Well, good night, Jacob. If you have any plugs, you can do them right now. Just kidding. If you want to, it's up to you.
Yeah.
But
Just move on.
I'm Austin.
Yeah. Sorry, Jacob. The Thing gets my vote. It's The Thing. It's one of the greatest movies ever. So yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I really want to go check out the original Thing, from the 50s, just for the fun of it, just to see him using old cheesy costumes.
I'll show you a clip from The Thing when we go off the air, the original one that really holds up and is really good. There's a fire stunt they do that is amazing. Yeah, and the rest of the movie is kind of boring. You won't really dig it, but there's some incredible old fire stuff in there. I'll show you after this.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, and for me, it's The Thing is such a good movie that it's what movie could even take out The Thing? It's you got to have Star Wars, maybe Empire Strikes Back, or the Godfather. I don't know, it's up there for in terms of horror movies. It's on that level, I think. So it's just tough, but so yeah, The Jungle Book's great, and I do think that even though I think that the animated one's better, it's still top 3 of the best Disney live action for me. So, but I got to go with The Thing. So, Brian.
Yeah, for me, I'm going to go with The Jungle Book on this one. It's my favorite of the live action remakes. This works better than the Lion King did back, and John Favreau did a perfect job of getting some good cast for this, like John Carlos Esposito, Bill Murray, Christopher Walken as King Louis, and even more stuff with the wolves and the animated one, and even the Shere Khan more probably this film than the animated. So yeah.
Sounds good. Malcolm.
And this will be my last vote for tonight.
No, sure, yeah. All right, we'll see you later, Brian.
Malcolm.
But yeah, I mean, let's be honest. The Jungle Book, it's not really a live action remake. It's basically an animated remake with one live action person in it.
Yeah,
I'm saying Big Dragon.
It's more live action than The Lion King. At least it has a real person in it.
Yeah. I mean, I would have made the I mean, I would have said about the Lion when on the first one. I would have said about Lion King being just purely an animated remake. Yeah, everyone calls it live action, but that being said, I'm going to make this interesting because I like both of these movies. I'm going to vote for The Jungle Book.
Well, I kind of wish you hadn't have done that because the tiebreaker goes to Brian, and Brian left already. So, yeah.
He would have stuck around just to see the outcome of it. He could have.
Yeah. So, do we jump to Malcolm for the tiebreaker? I don't know.
No, because then he goes to Jungle Book, so we don't go to Malcolm. We just go.
Are you sure about that? I'm going to do that.
I don't know what you're going to do. You sneaky prick.
You say that, Richie? Like, what did Brian vote for?
He
voted for Jungle Book, so he would have gone for the Jungle
So he
Book.
would have also gone with Jungle Book. So I don't know why you're getting upset at Malcolm.
Yeah,
Be
an upset. Yeah, because that's what he would have gone with. Yeah.
Hey! I never officially said. I was actually going to change to the thing. I was going to make it a tie.
Malcolm bad thing.
If he had stuck around, he would have voted for Jungle Book. I have to be fair because that's what he voted for.
That's fair.
I have to be fair. Damn, but
oh my god.
Yeah. You don't have to be fair. He left. He doesn't get a tiebreaker.
I know, but that's if he had, he would. So I'm being fair as a fair host, or
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Yeah, but he's not here to vote. I don't know.
He already voted though. Like that's the point. It's not like he left before he voted.
That's the thing. Like Brian is the Disney guy. We have to assume he would have just gone for the Jungle.
He would have voted for that. Yes, because he already did. Son of Woman and the Nutty Professor. Jacob.
Who you got?
Again, a matchup of movies that I haven't seen, and movies that I knew the Nutty Professor was a remake, but I guess and I've heard of Son of Woman. I guess I just never knew it was a remake.
I think it's like another French
smelled
movie.
The Scent of a Woman.
Italian.
I have smelled The Scent of a Woman before.
Okay, I was just curious.
It's a weird thing to be curious about.
Well, I'm curious during this matchup.
I have smelled The Scent of a Woman, but I've not had a Nutty Professor, so I'll go with Scent of a Woman, I guess.
I've had a couple of them, yeah. Austin.
Usually, when I get close to smell the scent of a woman, I get slapped in the face for it. But I haven't been fired yet.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no.
It's like Austin walked around the grocery store just smelling women.
Man. No, that's like that scene in Scent of a Woman, the dinner scene where he's like, "You got to go down on her." Hoo-ah.
Yeah.
You got to please your woman.
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't mind that movie. I think that movie's kind of funny. It's too long. That movie's just way too long. But it's not bad. But I really like The Nutty Professor. I think that movie's really, really funny. One of Eddie Murphy's better movies, playing all the characters and stuff. So I think it's an improvement over the original. The Jerry Lewis one bores me to tears. So I'll go with Nutty Professor.
Yeah, and I'm like curious to just see the Jerry Lewis one with the way that he talks and like doing all that. It's
very wacky and silly. I don't buy it when he turns into like the cool guy. He's still Jerry Lewis. So, like I don't buy it at all. Like I buy it in this one when he's Eddie Murphy, like when he's regular Eddie Murphy. Like I buy it, but yeah, that original I just don't.
Does Jerry Lewis play 5 people at the dinner table? Did he do that?
No, he just turns into
Buddy the stuff of nightmares.
But I don't buy him as like a ladies' man in that movie, like at all.
Yeah,
he turns into that. Yeah, bad cast.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said earlier, I'm not really a big fan of the hoo-ah Al Pacino. Just like this is where it all comes from here, and honestly, like I almost like the movie for like other character Bradley Whitford and like some of the other characters. And I'm not a huge Nutty Professor fan, but the first one's at least better than the second one. Is this the one where he has the like dream and he farts and he explodes, or is that the second one?
Yeah, that's the first one.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's the minute that I turned it off last time. I couldn't even take it anymore. I'm just like, that is. Like, what are we doing? Like at this point, I don't know. But
it's a dream sequence. It's not real.
No, but even still, like it's just I don't know. Like with Eddie Murphy, like the more that he's like his true like actual like who he is in real life, the more I like him more. But the more he's playing these off the wall characters, I don't like him as much. But I'll still vote for Nutty Professor over Son of a Woman, I guess, because there are a few laughs to be had. So, Malcolm.
Yeah, Scent of a Woman is probably Chris O'Donnell's best movie.
Yeah, Chris O'Donnell.
not that it has a lot to out of the ones I've seen anyway, because but
Can you name any other Chris O'Donnell ones besides the Batman and Robin?
There was like some rom-com he did in like the late 90s.
There was Kinsey, Vertical Limit.
Oh yeah, Vertical Limit. That one's.
He was in the movie. I think the movie. He was in a movie called The Bachelor or The Bachelor Man.
That's what it is. Yeah, Bachelor something, whatever it's called. Yeah, they said.
He was also in the year after Scent of a Woman. He was in the Disney Three Musketeers movie.
Yeah,
he's one of those guys where they tried to force him into be your next like leading like A-list star, and
but he's found his niche. He's been on that NCIS show for like 15 years now, so at least
that's true. He's just doing that.
Yeah, he's just doing that. Good for him.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's getting a paycheck.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know if he's ever truly been a lead in anything. Because, like, he was more of a side character in the Batman movies. Like,
he was kind of a lead in Vertical Limit.
Yeah, like him and Bill Paxton, was it? I think.
Yeah,
he's a lead in that Bachelor rom-com movie. He is. It's just kind of bombed. Yeah, but he's a lead in that movie.
But anyway, I think I really do enjoy Scent of a Woman. I think it's a really good movie. But I really do enjoy the Nutty Professor movie. So I'm just going to go Nutty Professor here.
Yeah. Richie.
Yeah, I like Scent of a Woman. I'm going to go Nutty Professor as well because I like that scene where like Buddy Love is at the comedy club heckling Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, it's really funny.
It's really funny, and then he shoves him with a piano. That's hilarious, and it grows on me. Yeah, and I really like it, and I think it's again, it's better than the original. So that's my caveat. So I've seen both. And, the original's weird. So Nutty Professor.
All right, Nutty Professor.
Yeah, and when he gets the mariachi band, like I like that scene.
That's the second one. That's the shitty second one.
So the second one actually has a redeeming thing, like sort of, I guess.
Father of the Bride and Piranha 3D. Me first. I saw Father of the Bride not that long ago for the first time. It's fine. I don't think it's that good. Steve Martin's hit or miss for me. I love Piranha 3D. I think it's a vast improvement over the original one. The original one's corny and cheesy in that Joe Dante way, but it doesn't hold up very well. I like this 3D one a lot, so I'll go Piranha.
Yeah, I've never seen any Piranha movies, so those are just blind spots for me. But I thought the Bride's fun. Like I think it's a fun time. Like it's not like going to be one of my favorites or anything. I know that like Matt Majot that we have on here from time to time. Follow the Bride's like his favorite movie of all time. Like he's a huge Follow the Bride guy. But for me, I can't even come close to that. But I do really like Steve Martin. Like when he's on, and I think this one he's like pretty on. But I think that I don't know, like kind of lean. Like half heart, half comedy, which is still fun and it's a good time. So, and also having Martin Short in there as Frank, like he's fun when he's like paired up with Steve Martin. Like we're not going to go making a whole Frank the movie, that would be horrible. But like just like them like pairing it together, I think works. So yeah, I'll go Father of the Bride. Malcolm.
So one thing I've come to realize, especially doing this one, Steve Martin's been in a lot of remakes.
Yeah, he has.
Because there was Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. I don't know if it's on this one or if it's on the other one, but there's Cheaper by the Dozen. That's There's Pink Panther, which is probably most definitely on the worst one. Battle of the Pride.
That movie's diarrhea.
It's just really interesting. But I do enjoy Piranha 3D. I think it's a really good movie, but I really love Father of the Bride. I think it's great. Like I love rom-coms. One of these days I might get around to actually watch the original version of it. But I was also one of those ones that really enjoyed it when the original cast sort of got together and did the like the
Part 3 or
Father of the
something.
Bride Part 3-ish
Yeah,
on Zoom and all that. And I think that was
that's
really
fun.
well done.
Yeah,
So yeah, I'm gonna go Father of the Bride.
yeah. Richie,
Yeah, I watched Father of the Bride a few years ago. Again, I'm like Austin. It was okay. Didn't really see the hype around it. I don't understand like why it was sort of lauded as this great comedy. It's not. It's not horrible. It's not. But it's not great. It's there. It's good. But Piranha 3D is a lot of fun. Had a lot of fun with it. Yeah, and it's just good B grade horror fodder that I like. You know, if you ever watch the TV podcast. So, yeah. So yeah, Piranha 3D.
yeah.
Jacob.
Jacob.
It was head soprano.
Sure, yeah.
Gotcha.
I haven't seen either of these either.
All right, sounds
I'll
good.
take your word for it. Yeah.
All right, we're almost there. Got the Invisible Man and 310 to Yuma. Jordan.
They do like a like. I'm sorry, this is just like a little point. I was looking up something. Like, did they do like another Father of the Bride, like another remake? With
Yeah, they did a
Very
Latino
recent, yeah.
Yeah, Disney Plus movie.
They did a
Yeah,
Disney
weird.
which was not received very well.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was wondering why that comes up when you search for it. Yeah.
And I think that the remake has recently come. I don't think it was actually. I'm not sure, but I think it's recently been removed anyway. But
Yeah. All right. Invisible Man and 310 to Unima.
Yeah, Jordan.
His first. Okay.
yeah.
Yes. So 310 to Yuma is one that I need to watch again because like I remember it being good, but like I just don't remember a lot about it. Like it's been a long time since I've rewatched it. And the Invisible Man, like I'm not as hyped as everyone else on the Invisible Man. Like it just didn't really do that much for me. I was just kind of like, all right, it's a guy in like a weird suit kind of thing. Like it would have been better if he's actually a guy with the power to become invisible. Like the suit thing kind of threw me off. I'm just like, all right. So I think that for that reason, I'll just go with 310 to Yuma. Like if I want to remember, it is really good. So yeah. Malcolm.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen 310 to Yuma as well. I do remember really enjoying it. I also like. I'd recently seen the Invisible Man for the first time. It's good. But yeah, I think when it first came out, it got really overpraised, and
I was going back to this.
I was just like one of those ones. I was like, I'm not in a hurry to see it. So I'm gonna go
really
to you on this.
I would agree. Yeah. Richie.
Yeah, I think I like Invisible Man, but I think it got overhyped because it ended up being not much movies coming out that year because of the pandemic. So people had high memories of that movie because it was one of the last movies to come out before things closed down. Like, oh, that movie was brilliant. It's like, yeah, I don't know if you remember it as fondly if things came out as scheduled. It would just sort of be a good movie in a sea of, yeah.
And also after the Mummy bombed with Tom Cruise too, people were
yeah. So I mean, yeah, it is pretty good. But yeah, I watched Street in the Human recently. It is really good. Russell Crowe. I mean, I'm so glad. I mean, Malcolm will call him New Zealander. I'll call him Australian. But I'm so glad that when we each get to own a piece of him. He's great. What a treasure. He's a great actor. He's amazing in this film. As a sort of a guy who's a villain, but
he's a treasure beyond measure.
Ben Foster's great in this movie, as he's great in everything. Really underrated actor. Yeah, Christian Bale, great in everything. 310 to Yuma all the way. It's a great movie, and yeah, James Mangold, great director. So yes. Although I'm still, anyway, still I'm not, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see his indie take, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Well, Jacob.
Yeah, the Invisible Man is still one that I need to get to. Haven't quite gotten to it yet, but yeah, 310 to Yuma. I haven't seen the original, have seen this version, and I think Russell Crowe, Christian Bale are really good. And so is everyone else that's been mentioned. So I'll go with 310 to Yuma.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome.
I'm exactly the same as Richie. I think Invisible Man is good, but had movies continued to come out, it would have got lost in the shuffle of like everything else. And I think people would be like, "Oh yeah, that movie was good," and that was kind of where it would have landed. But yeah, it's like some of the last movies people saw, and they were like, "Oh yeah, best movie 2020." Okay, fine. Don't get me wrong. I think Leo Whannell is a good director. Will continue to be interested in whatever he does next. You know what I mean? Whatever he does, I'll see. But yeah, 310 to Yuma is another example of a great remake of an okay original movie. That's a vast improvement. So yeah, 310 to Yuma.
Yeah.
All right, we're getting close. We're almost
310
there.
to Yuma,
King Kong and the
Arizona.
Magnificent Seven. Brian, or sorry, Brian's not here anymore. Malcolm. So
Hey, yeah. Don't insult Malcolm like that.
Yeah, yeah. I still, I mean, I think I've seen the remake of Magnificent Seven. I mean, it's been a while since it came out, so I might have just forgotten about it. But I still maintain I still really enjoy Peter Jackson's King Kong. And yeah, I'm going to vote for my own movie, King Kong.
Sure, yeah. Sounds good. Yeah, Richie.
Yeah, I've said it before. I'm not a huge fan of the version of King Kong. I think it's all right once they get off once they get to the island and stuff. But yeah, or on the island, whatever. Yeah, it's just I don't know. I just there's large parts of this movie that are boring, and I think it's overly long. Magnificent Seven is really good. We've talked about it before, and almost won a tournament, I think. The cast is really good. I think Vincent D'Onofrio is really good in this movie. I think he stands out. Chris Pratt, one of his better performances. James Washington is good. Yeah, great. Anton Fuqua?
Anton Fuqua,
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Great. Direction from him. Yeah, I think it's a great remake. So yeah, I'm going to Magnificent Seven.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Jacob, what do you say?
I have not seen the Magnificent Seven. It's another blind spot of mine, but yeah, I don't mind 2005 King Kong. I think it's good. Yeah, it drags a little bit. I think you can shave some time off, and I think it'd be better. But for the most part, I enjoyed what we got. I think Jack Black's really good. Naomi Watts is really good. So I'm gonna go with King Kong.
Yeah. Austin.
Yeah, oddly enough, King Kong might be like my fourth favorite King Kong movie because Skull Island rules. I like the 76 one a lot. I think the original one's really good, and this one's like probably fourth, which is weird just because of the length and stuff and the pacing. But yeah, that Magnificent Seven remake rules. That movie's great. Awesome cast. Great action. Yeah, I'll go with Magnificent Seven. Yeah.
Yeah. The King Kong movie, I only really care for the stuff on the island, like especially like the before the island stuff. It's just boring. Like it literally puts me to sleep. I don't know what like Adrian Brody's trying to do on that boat or like whatever. I'm just like, ugh. Like I just don't like any of that stuff. but everything on the island's great. It's fun, and I wish we would have gotten Peter Jackson directing a version of Kong Skull Island, but in a way, kind of low key, I don't, because what we got with this Kong Skull Island was awesome. So, but the Magnificent Seven was great. Yeah, they're really great. A cast where like they're all almost on the same level to me. You got seven pretty great actors that includes Denzel Washington, like Ethan Hawke and Chris Pratt, like some of the bigger names. But like yeah, they're all good in it. It's like basically like almost one big long shootout for like almost the whole movie, and it actually works really well like that. So yeah, I'll go for the Magnificent Seven.
All right, there you go. Then I think our final one is Scarface and Dread.
Oh man, okay, and with the doozy.
Yeah, Richie.
Yeah, all right. I know Scarface is great. I'll admit that Scarface is great, but I'm gonna go Dread because I've seen both versions, and Dread 995 is terrible, and this is a vast improvement. on the original.
What about the 1930s Scarface or whatever it is?
Well, I haven't seen that. So
Yeah,
and
it's,
then the
it's
last one
included. It's included on my Scarface Steelbook. They include as like a bonus feature the original movie,
Nice.
Okay.
the whole movie because
Cool.
it's only like 80 minutes or something. So they include the entire movie.
Okay. So yeah, but Dread is awesome. Yeah, it's just basically kind of there's basically raid the raid basically just kind of, so and it's great. Lena Headey's great as a villain. Yeah, Carl Urban. Yeah, I wish this made more money so we get Dread 2. Well, but yeah, and the 3D works. So yes, Dread. I'm gonna go Dread.
Yeah, I just wonder how much cocaine they were doing back in the 30s if they even include any of that. I don't know.
No, it's not. It's just a gangster movie. That's all it is.
Okay. Yeah.
Just a white people gangster movie. that is made into an Al Pacino movie. Yeah. So,
yeah, that makes sense. But they like made it like way over the top.
yeah.
Jacob.
I think Scarface is good. I'm not over the moon about it, but I think Dread is awesome. Yeah, great action. Kind of, you hit the ground running in there and you don't stop. So I'm gonna go with Dread.
Yeah, I'm Austin.
Yeah, I'll go with Dread as well. But I do like Scarface a lot. I think that finale is awesome, and it's definitely an improvement over the original. That's for sure. But yeah, I'll go Dread.
Yeah. So I'm pretty new to Scarface. I only saw it like maybe like 4 or 5 months ago, and like this movie was freaking awesome. Like I actually loved it because it was before the Hua Al Pacino, so that's the Al Pacino that I like, and I thought that Michelle Pfeiffer, she was great in it, and even I think it's Mark Margulies. He was in Breaking Bad as like the like Tito Salamanca guy or whatever. Like I can't remember what the first name was, but like rings the bell and in the wheelchair. And then F. Murray Abrams. So got a good little cast, and I think Dredd is awesome. But I'm gonna show some love to Scarface. I'll vote Scarface. And Malcolm.
So apparently, just like Steve Martin, Al Pacino's been in a few remakes too.
Yeah, right.
And this is the second remake to show up that's got Carl Urban.
Yeah.
So it's interesting seeing how many actors have been in multiple remakes, even though a lot of the times you don't know the remake. So I think for the longest time, everyone thought that Scarface was like an original movie or something. Just blowing the mind this remake
with Chris Scott about it. He's like Scarface is not a remake. I'm like, I'm dead serious.
It's a remake. They literally include the original movie in the set. It's a remake.
Yeah, but like he wouldn't believe me for the longest time. He does now, but
I haven't seen Scarface. I've seen the famous scene from Scarface, but I haven't seen the whole movie. I've got to go.
Hello to my little friend.
Yeah. All right, Dread. All right, so now let's speed it up, get to a finish. We're running a little long, so let's speed it up, and we'll see what wins this thing. So, all right, gentlemen, let's do it. All right, scroll on over and get this done. All right.
What we got?
Okay. Scroll it out. War of the Worlds and I Am Legend. Jacob.
War of the Worlds.
War of the Worlds. Okay, I'll go War of the Worlds.
Oh man, this one's kind of hard. I'll go War of the Worlds, yeah. Malcolm?
War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
War of the Worlds.
I like this War of the Worlds love. This is
right.
Usually it doesn't get very far. All right, that sounds good. Italian Job and The Departed. It should be Texas Chainsaw and The Departed. Just saying. Anyways, May 1st, The Departed.
I'll go The Italian Job.
All right, Malcolm.
Malcolm.
The Departed.
Okay.
The Departed.
Richie? Yeah.
Departed.
Jacob.
The Departed.
Departed. Okay. Departed. All right, let's go. Hills Have Eyes and The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Jordan.
This one's tough also. I'll go with The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Malcolm.
Hills Have Eyes.
Yeah. Richie.
The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Yeah. Jacob.
The Hills Have Eyes.
Ooh. Austin.
Down to
Get to the
me.
side. Oh, all right.
Yeah, upset, but I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah.
Body Snatchers and The Ring. Malcolm.
The Ring.
All right, Richie,
The Ring.
Jacob.
Body Snatchers.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Body Snatchers.
Yeah, like I would say that the Ring might be like the best horror movie of like the early 2000s, or like one of them for me. But overall, I gotta go Body Snatch.
Body Snatchers is like the best movie of the 70s horror movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, cool. Moving on. All right, let's go Sorcerer and the Fly.
Oh man.
Yes, even I can't vote for Sorcerer. Anybody else vote for that?
No, we just put the fly through.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love Sorcerer,
Fly
but I'm
through.
glad I made it out of the first round. But yeah, the Fly's gonna be a heavy hitter.
I mean, people will white if the fly isn't on the poll.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
pretty
right.
much, yeah. So we'll see
Well,
what
the
happens.
thing's already not on there.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. The thing's not in it either.
We'll,
Yeah.
But,
What the-
yeah.
we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, right. Got Fright Night.
Oh
and
shit. That's
Richie.
annoying.
Yeah.
All right, Richie. Well, there you
Oh, God damn it.
go.
Fuck me. Jesus Christ.
I'm out of logic for this one.
Five.
The mummy. The
Three.
mummy.
All right, the mummy. Jacob.
The Mummy.
The mummy.
God damn it.
For me, I don't really like compare the Mummy to the original as much because I feel like it's like different enough that it's not like
That's why it's
as
a good
much-
remake. It's
but-
not boring like
yeah.
the original one.
Yeah, but but Fright Night though, like they're so much like the original, but better and it improves upon it. So I'm gonna go with Fright Night. And Malcolm.
Yeah, I love the Mummy, but I'm going to go Fright Night.
Yeah.
That's
It'll be
my
the-
money. 3-2. All right, Cinderella and the Wizard of Oz. Jacob.
Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, I'll go Wizard of
Yeah.
Oz.
Yeah, I'll go Wizard of Oz. Malcolm.
Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz.
All right.
All right. We got Beauty and the Beast, which inexplicably beat Ocean's 11. somehow.
That's crazy.
And Little Shop of Horrors.
We had Brian on before. so.
Yeah, me first. Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah, Little Shop of Horrors. It wouldn't have been that easy if it wasn't Beauty and the Beast. Malcolm.
You voted for Beauty and the
You
Beast.
voted in Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I know. Like I want to vote for over that, but if it would have gone up against Ocean's
I
11, I would
see
have voted
what
that.
you mean. Yeah,
It just depends on the match.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Malcolm.
Yeah, I'm going to go Little Shop of Horrors here.
Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah.
Jacob.
I would want Beauty and the Beast, but I'm not mad.
Yeah.
All right, Little Shop of Horrors.
Horror.
Okay, so let's go to the other side. See what we got. All right.
And that opening song is just so catchy.
Yeah.
All right. Ooh, a horror match. The Blob and Evil Dead.
Ooh.
Jordan.
I'm gonna go with the Blob. Malcolm.
Evil Dead.
Richie.
The Blob.
Jacob.
Evil Dead.
And Austin.
The Blob.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Maniac and True Grit.
Ooh.
Malcolm.
True Grit.
Okay.
True Grit.
Jacob.
True Grit.
Austin.
Yeah, as much as I love Maniac, I'll go True Grit here. That movie's great.
And I would have actually gone Maniac. So
Interesting. All right. Well,
yeah.
True Grit for that one. I got Dawn of the Dead and Bedazzled. Richie.
Bedazzled.
Okay.
Jacob.
You guys sold me earlier. Bedazzled.
Yeah. Austin.
One of these is in my top 100. Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Bedazzled. Is it Bedazzled or is it Bedazzled?
Bedazzled.
Malcolm.
Yeah, we got Dawn of the Dead out of round one, but I'm going to go Bedazzled.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. That movie
Yeah.
just cannot get a break.
No, it can't.
Shit, I could do a Zack Snyder tournament and it wouldn't make it out of the fucking first. Yeah. Interesting.
Maybe. Yeah.
Little Women and It. Jacob.
It.
Yeah. Even just speaking of
Awesome.
remakes, It Chapter 1 is a vast improvement over the TV movie. It.
Yeah. Yeah. I got to go with It. Malcolm?
Yeah, I'm going to go for the delightful movie It.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Delightful.
Delightful. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Richie?
Yeah, see the way he just, it's just delightful the way Pennywise bites Geordie's arm off. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So,
Yeah.
It.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Well, nice, fun little clown brought me a balloon. That would be
Yeah, right.
delightful.
So delightful.
Just wait till the sequel. He gets even more delightful.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
30 Rotten Schedules and Freaky Friday. Me first. I'm going to go Freaky Friday.
Yeah. I'll go Freaky Friday.
Malcolm?
Malcolm.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Freaky Friday.
Yeah. Richie.
Freaky Friday.
And Jacob.
Freaky Friday.
All right.
Yeah.
Friday. Sounds good. I got Jungle Book, which somehow beat the thing, and the Nutty Professor.
Yeah, what is going on?
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
I didn't vote for it.
Jordan.
The Thing. Oh wait.
Yeah, right. That's the thing.
The Jungle Book, I guess. Malcolm.
I mean, that being said, the Thing's won a tournament, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has, to be fair.
So-
Yeah.
But it should be in the Elite Eight of this tournament. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it had to win this one, but man, it should be in the poll for this one. 'Cause it's
Yeah.
like one of the great remakes ever.
I mean, had you because Brian left before he had a chance, you could have changed it up, but you.
We
Yeah.
still could. I mean, he's gone
You
now.
gave-
We still could.
You gave someone who wasn't here a tiebreaker, which like that's not really how the rules of this thing work, but it's fine.
We never really had that situation, Jordan. To be fair,
Yeah.
They
Well,
got a tie, where somebody
my rule,
had a tiebreaker.
But if you're
and
not
it
here,
failed
you
before the
can't
tiebreaker.
vote. If you're not,
I mean,
Well, okay, but then what do we do? We had a tie.
then
yeah,
we're the Malcolm
I mean,
because he would have had the next one.
He would have
Well-
voted. He voted for Jungle Book.
Oh, you would have voted for Jungle Book. You would have
He
switched
voted
it
for
up at the
Jungle
last
Book
minute
originally.
and done us all a favor.
That as I said when we had that first matchup, I would have actually switched it to the Thing.
All right, cool. So
See?
the thing. All right, so the thing.
That's what I
about
thought, yeah.
All right, Jordan, go.
Yeah, you would actually. Yeah, so let's vote for the Thing.
Okay, sounds good, Malcolm. Let's switch it up. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I just completely forgot who had the tiebreaker vote. I thought for sure it's going to be Jordan.
No, Jordan had the previous one.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, I'm going the Thing.
All right, let's
Yeah.
do that. That's fine because we'll get riots if we don't have it in at least in the Elite Eight.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it
yeah.
has to win the tournament overall, but yeah, man, that shit ain't in the Elite Eight. That's a riot. situation.
Yeah. Travis.
Yeah.
The Thing.
All right.
Yeah.
Jacob.
Justice for Jungle Book. The Nutty Professor.
Oh, yeah. Austin.
The Thing. Let's go.
That would have been horrible if the Thing got beat out by the Nutty Professor.
Yeah. Piranha and 310 to Yuma. Malcolm.
Freaking to humor.
Yeah.
Richie.
Like Piranha, but 310.
Yeah. Jacob.
310 to Yuma.
310 to Yuma.
And I'll go 310 to Yuma.
All right, 310 to Yuma. And down to Mad Magnificent 7 and Dread. Richie.
Jesus Christ. Why don't we get the hard ones? That's some bullshit. Dread.
I think Dread's won a tournament, I think.
Yeah, one of mine. Yeah.
Yeah, but not the Magnificent 7. Jacob?
Dread.
Austin.
As much as I like to see a Western matchup, I'll go Dread.
I'll vote for the Magnificent 7. Yeah. Malcolm.
Dread.
Dread. All right. Dread. Okay. And all right. So the next ones will be in the Elite Eight, I believe. Yeah, because we're on our 16 now. So the next ones will be in the poll. So we got War of the Worlds and scroll out and The Departed. We'll go to Jacob first.
The Departed.
War of the Worlds for me.
See, this just shows you that like Disney needs to stop making live action remakes because not even the good ones can make it very far in these things. So, but I'm gonna vote for War of the
Went up
Worlds.
against The Thing.
Yeah, but even still though, like if we went up against 10 other things in here, I bet it still lose.
I mean, you voted
But-
for Beauty and the Beast over Ocean's 11. I just want to keep pointing that out.
Well, I mean that's fine, but it ain't here now, is it? Malcolm.
War of the Worlds.
Yeah. Richie.
War of the World.
All right, nice. That might be one where the people might not agree with us, but I agree it's fucking good. So
Yeah.
yeah. All right,
It's pretty good, except Dakota Fanning. It's good.
And also in thing for the remakes, like Disney only goes to the remakes because the original stuff doesn't work.
Yeah.
Hills Have Eyes and Body Snatchers. Jordan.
Body Snatchers. Malcolm.
Hills Have Eyes.
Richie.
Body Snatchers.
Jacob.
Body Snatchers.
And Austin.
Fuck yeah, Body Snatchers. Let's go.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Body
I'm
Snatchers.
not saying it's going to win this whole thing, but damn it, at least it's in the poll. Finally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that movie deserves
deserves
it. It's one of the best horror remakes ever. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just
good.
writing it down for my poll here. Okay. Got it. The Fly and the Mummy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Oh man.
Malcolm.
The Fly.
Richie.
The Fly.
Yeah.
Jacob.
The Fly.
Austin.
Yeah, as much as I love the Mummy, I love the Fly too, and the Mummy's won like twice, so I'm gonna go with the Fly. That hasn't
So
won.
the first Fly, not the second
Yeah.
Fly.
Yeah, true.
The Eric Stoltz movie.
Yeah, Eric Stoltz and Daphne Zuniga.
Yeah, it might be an all-timer for talking just like Brendan Fraser movies or something, but The Fly, yeah.
Yeah, all right, the Fly. Yeah, the Fly should be in here. Fly's one of the greats as well. Got the Wizard of Oz and Little Shop of Horrors. So two kind of fantasy musical sort of things, you know. Richie.
I'm gonna go a little shop here.
Jacob.
Yeah, Wizard of Oz just won recently, so I'll go Little Shop. Can I get another
Austin.
musical?
Yeah, I'm the same as Jacob. I'll go Little Shop. Why not?
Yeah, like if it was going to put against a movie that I loved or something, then that's fine. But I'd vote against it. But I'll go Little Shop. Yeah. Malcolm.
Yeah, I mean these are both technical remakes to me, but Wizard of Oz just won, so Little Shop.
Yeah.
All right, Little Shop.
Is this side besides War of the Worlds all horror?
Horror.
Yes.
Well, even
And
War of the Worlds, I would say, has some pretty horror sequences.
Yeah.
Like that original attack plays like a horror movie almost. So some of those do, yeah. So
I hear that like big horn noise in my nightmare or something.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
of a sudden it's a horror
It's
remake.
pretty terrifying,
from,
yeah. So,
Yeah.
all right, we got horror versus Western on this side. Got a couple of Westerns on this side. Yeah, The Blob and True Grit. Jacob.
True Grit.
I'm Austin.
The Blob.
I'm also gonna go The Blob. Malcolm.
I'm actually surprised you didn't put the All Quiet on This Front in here, but True Grit.
Oh yeah, that is one that we could have had. Yeah. Richie.
The Blob.
Fuck yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
God
The
damn.
Blob.
Fuck yeah. God damn, son. Getting some of my favorite movies in here, finally. Shit.
Yeah, there's so many remakes that like Austin did some research and then I did some and then like people are still coming up with like these other remakes. Like you should have had this one in there. Yeah.
It's like I can only put so many in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got Bedazzled and It. Me. You know what? Let's go Bedazzled. Why not? Let's keep the fucking Dark Horse going. And it's a good remake, so Bedazzled.
Yeah, I think that It is overall a better movie, but if you put these two in front of me right now, I'm gonna watch Bedazzled. Yeah. Let's go with Bedazzled.
Mhm.
Malcolm.
Yeah, I know. I do love it, but yeah, I'm also gonna go Bedazzled because just to get something different in the pub, because otherwise everyone's gonna think we just had horror remakes on this list.
Right? Yeah, a one non-horror thing in there. Richie,
Bedazzled for some reason.
yeah. Jacob,
And even though I haven't seen it, just to get some comedy representation,
Sure.
Bedazzled.
yeah.
And it has won a tournament before, so it's had its time.
Yeah, it was the,
Yeah.
the Stephen King tournament, right?
Stephen King tournament, correct? Yeah,
Yeah.
it won that one, and deservedly so. It's probably the
Right,
best Stephen
right.
King movie that's ever been made. Yeah, for sure.
I was just baffled that it was It and It Chapter 2 in the final.
Yeah, no, that
Yeah,
was kind of
right.
baffling to me. Yeah. It should have been. I think a lot of us agree, it should have been It versus The Shining. Like it absolutely should have been that.
Yeah.
Or-
it's very weird.
Or versus what's the one with she hits the guy with the axe in the
Oh,
leg?
Misery. Yeah, Misery could have
Yeah,
been in there too.
yeah,
Yeah.
Misery.
All right, Freaky
Or the
Friday.
sledgehammer. Sorry.
Freaky Friday and The Thing. Jordan.
The Thing. Yeah. Malcolm.
Freaky Friday.
Hmm.
Richie.
Freaky Friday.
Yeah.
Really.
Jacob.
This is on them because I genuinely would have gone Freaky Friday.
Oh.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Wow. 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 All right. Well, I am putting that all on you guys. When
I didn't go for, I have no
All right.
part in this.
I don't want anything to do with this. I'm gonna tag people in the comments. I'm recording this. That Richie voted for Freaky Friday. Malcolm voted for Freaky Friday. I'm writing that down.
Jacob.
To be fair, my reasoning was same as earlier. Like The Thing has won a tournament.
And it should be at least in this fucking Elite Eight because it's one of the greatest remakes ever.
Yeah,
Like,
it should be in the
But-
Elite Eight. Like, what are we doing?
Austin, be honest. Does my vote surprise you?
Yes.
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 We do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Wow.
you don't have to do it now, but maybe like after the show, you can explain to us how Freaky Friday is better than The Thing. Because I'd like to.
Yeah.
All
All right. Yeah. I know. I maybe Jacob doesn't completely swear or Malcolm, but Richie, you're gonna explain to me how Freaky Friday is better than The Thing.
Yeah.
All right. So, anyways, well, yeah, we're gonna come back to that. 310 to Yuma and Dread. Malcolm.
Dread.
Okay.
Richie.
I don't know. I panicked.
You panicked. I would have given you an extra 10 seconds if you needed it.
Yeah.
310 to you.
You can have an extension if you ask for it.
Yeah, right.
310 to you.
Jacob.
Good.
Dread. Yeah, I'll also go Dread.
I'll go with The Thing that should be there. Dread.
Okay. Wow. All right. Sounds good.
We tried to help it out and it still didn't make it.
Yeah, still didn't make it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. So getting down to the final four here. Got War of the Worlds and Body Snatchers. Go to Richie.
Oh, man. Because I've seen up War of the World.
Okay.
Body Snatchers.
Body Snatchers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also gonna go Body Snatchers.
Awesome. I'll go Body Snatchers. Malcolm.
The War of the Worlds.
I like where this is going. Body Snatchers. All right. I got the
See,
Fly.
that's why we put Freaky Friday through. We just want to make it easier for Body Snatchers to win.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's probably gonna lose to one of these movies we're just about to talk about right now, though. So,
Fly, that's
because
true.
Jacob,
You guys are determined to have Freaky Friday win it all. I know it. Come on.
Jacob, The Fly, and Little Shop.
The Fly.
Yeah, The Fly. I have a feeling The Fly. This thing might win this whole tournament. I'm gonna go with The Fly.
Yeah. The Fly, yeah.
Which I'm okay with because that movie's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Has The Fly won before, or has it come close?
No. I think it's made it to the final four once or twice here and there. I think I kind of did. It was some tournament. I think it was like actually, I don't know. We did like a horror tournament or something and made it pretty far. But yeah.
Yeah.
Malcolm
The Fly.
and Richie.
The Fly.
All right, yeah, The Fly. All right, so on the other side we got Bedazzled and The Blob. Me first. The Blob.
I think I gotta go Bedazzled here. Sorry. Malcolm.
Bedazzled.
Yeah. Richie.
The Blob.
Jacob.
This is tough because I haven't seen either of these, but I think I'm more likely to put Bedazzled on before the Blob. So I'll go with Bedazzled.
Bedazzled it is.
Bedazzled. Okay, hanging in there. Freaky Friday. The Thing versus Dread. All right, Jordan.
Yeah, The Thing. The Thing. Dread.
All right.
Malcolm.
Freaky Friday.
Richie. Vote for Freaky Friday, man. Keep rolling with it. You might as well, right?
The Thing. I meant The Thing.
Yeah, right.
It's like the Thing.
No, that's on you in the comments. I'm
You've
tagging
come this
you.
far.
Yeah, but
No looking back.
Looking back, you might as well roll with your Freaky Friday. You love it that much, man.
Freaky
Great,
Friday,
right?
then. Yeah. Whatever.
You just want it to be easier for the Fly.
Yeah.
Jacob.
Freaky Friday.
That's
I
fine.
genuinely love this movie, though.
Yeah, it'll make my
Freaky
final
Friday
vote.
that good? Like really? I haven't seen it since it came out. So is it that
It's
good?
pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's fine. It'll make some of my other votes easier, so that's okay. Malcolm will be up first for Body Snatchers and The Fly.
I'm gonna go The Fly.
Richie.
The Fly.
Jacob.
Jacob.
It's closer, but I'm gonna go with The Fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really close. This is literally a battle of like top 5 horror movies for me of all time, and so I'll go Body Snatchers, but I don't mind The Fly going through. You know what I mean? Like Body Snatchers, just because it's literally my number 1, and Fly's like number 3 or 4 or something like that. So, but I don't mind The Fly going through.
Yeah, for me, like it's very nitpicky, but when I first saw the Fly, I remember thinking all the way throughout, like yeah, this is an all timer, like one of the best horror movies ever. With Body Snatchers, I had to like wait till the end and then kind of think about it, be like yeah, holy crap, that was actually really really good, but I didn't think about it to the end, so it's just very nitpicky. So The Fly.
Yeah, all right, Fly. On the other side, Richie, Bedazzled, and Freaky Friday. Comedy battle here.
Yeah. Freaky Friday. Might as well, right?
Well, I guess. Jacob.
Freaky Friday.
Austin.
It's whatever loses to The Fly, so Bedazzled.
Yeah, Bedazzled. Malcolm, it's on you.
Bedazzled.
All right.
Yeah.
Bedazzled. Hey, all right.
Hey, this makes it a lot easier.
This makes
for
it
me.
way easier. Yes.
A lot easier.
All right.
Brendan Fraser is a national treasure, though, because like his movies always go like really far in our tournaments. So
Yeah, that's true. But Jacob, you're up first for The Fly and Bedazzled.
But no, The Fly.
Yeah, The Fly.
Yeah.
I'd be happy if it won this tournament. I'd be perfectly fine with that.
The Thing, like, don't you guys want to see The Thing go up against The Fly? Come on.
You're not going to happen in any
I
tournament.
think we've actually had that matchup before, and I think The Thing won.
Have
I legit think we had that match as the finals at some point,
Yeah.
and The Thing won out that one.
Thing
So
one.
yeah.
Well, I'll go with The Fly.
Yeah.
Nothing.
This is actually a really tough matchup for me because I actually really do like
Of
both.
course it is, man.
No, I'm actually. I mean, it depends on what I'm in the mood for, but I generally love both these movies. You know what? The Fly's already won. I'm going to go Bedazzled.
Yeah. Richie.
Jacob just messaged me. What did he message? Oh. No, I won't get over it. The Fly.
Okay.
Fly.
All right. The
There we
Fly
go.
is your winner. David Cronenberg's
And
The
your
Fly.
winner,
Excellent.
The Fly. There we go.
All right. Hey, I'm perfectly fine with The Fly winning. It is a worthy remake to win this tournament. It is a great example of what you can do with a somewhat cheesy, corny premise of the original one and turn it into a fucking horror masterpiece. So I'm perfectly fine with The Fly winning tonight. It's a good one. Yeah.
Nice.
Fly rules. Yeah. I mean, imagine a movie just called The Fly. That sounds so corny, but like it's awesome. Yeah.
I know, right? Yeah,
That's great.
the title sounds kind of like corny. It's like
The Fly.
having something called like the mosquito or something. You know?
Yeah. Oh, there's a movie called Mansquito.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Jordan, can you come to me first? Because I got to go. But can you come in for plugs?
Yeah,
for sure. We'll do
yeah. So
for sure.
We'll do it. We'll do our plugs. Where can we find you, Richie?
Cool. You can find me. Tournament fights, tier ranker. Next tournament fights is worst of. That'll be fun.
We'll be voting for literally the one you hate more, so that'll be fun.
That'll be less pressure on me, so that won't be the thing.
Make it fun because when it comes to our like big 128, imagine we'll have some horrible movie like in there. So
I've already got some. Yeah,
so that'd be fun. Tier ranker. Lonely Marks. I didn't tell you who won what, but I definitely didn't win double or nothing. I'll tell you that much. Didn't win that.
It was a lot closer than you think.
Okay, I think maybe
there was potential going into the main event. There was potential for a 4-way tie.
Okay, I definitely think I came close with Night of Champions. We'll see. So we'll talk about that on Lonely Marks on Friday. Tell Miss Freeman. Next one we upload is called Fart the Movie because oh my god, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. And check that out. And
well, good movies that you can watch, Richie. You can watch there's a Lost Ark for Wheel of Movies.
I will watch that.
Are you going to? Do you want to join us tomorrow night for that? We'd actually really like to have you because it'd be a first time perspective.
So that's tomorrow night. Yeah.
Well, I was actually thinking maybe just to give him a little more time, maybe starting a week from tomorrow, possibly. That's what I was kind of feeling like.
We work it out, and I'll watch it today. I'll watch it at some point soon. So yeah, we'll watch it. I'll watch it.
Yeah, we'll talk off air either tomorrow or next week. I could do either one. So yeah, but
no worries. I'll see it.
All right, we'll see you. but Jacob
or Malcolm,
where can we find you? Or actually, yeah, we'll go back to Malcolm. Yeah. That's good.
But yeah, you can find me on Take 3 Productions, where I rank him every Sunday night. This Sunday, as Richie said, we're going to be doing Sean William Scott movies. Jordan's going to be there as well. And you can find me
high after taking an edible for our drunk trivia match, so that'll be extra fun.
But you can also sort of find me hosting trivia over on Full Metal and doing other stuff other places.
Yeah, sounds good. Jacob, where can we find you?
Yeah, you can find me on Thursday. Lonely Marks. Little as Richie know, he won the United Champions predictions, whereas the other three of us won the Double or Nothing.
We all tied.
So we'll actually we'll have a. It's nice though because then we'll have a whole month of shows planned. So that'll stop us from going. What are we talking about next week? Because we'll already know.
Nice.
But yeah,
Lonely
Marks, Tournament Fights, Tier Ranker, we're there. Podcast about movies. We just went live this past Sunday. The next one, talking about remakes, and then the next one we'll be doing is not this Saturday, but the following Saturday. Kind of kicking off the summer movie season. We'll be talking about the blockbuster that started the whole blockbuster craze with Jaws. Not just Jaws, but the entire series. Because I've not seen the other three, and so it'll be my first time. And so,
you mean you haven't seen the other 18? Because there's, according to Back to the Future 2, there's Jaws 19, directed by Matt Spielberg. So you got a lot of movies to watch.
I've only got the 4 of those. So and we've got this whole 4 movie thing that we've been doing that kind of works. So we'll limit it to 4.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, that'd be a good idea for a tournament fight. Best summer blockbusters. Maybe think about that.
Maybe I'd have to look at like the the highest grossing summer movies of all time and put
just get like
put the top 64 like highest grossing summer movies
highest
ever.
grossing ones. We can do.
So whatever MCU movie came out that summer,
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Or it doesn't necessarily have to be the highest grossing, just the ones that were the highest rated or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, but Austin, where can we find?
Yeah, not much else than what Jacob said. I'll be on all those Lonely Marks and everything, and podcasts about movies. I'll be on Battleground Casual this week. I'll talk some Little Mermaid and expand on that before we do the Seen and Heard trivia. And yeah, I'll have to get drunk for that trivia thing and then go to work the next morning. That's not going to be fun.
We gotta think about what comes after that.
As Moose is going to want me to drink more than damn near anybody else on that show, so that's not going to be fun when I have to wake up at 5 a.m. the next morning. I'll be really hungover. That's about all I got for now.
Yeah, and you can find us on all the socials at Movie Hero 2121 on Twitter and Instagram. You can find us on my personal Instagram. You can find the information about the channel and like what's going on with that at Jordan83616, and then you can also find us on the Schmodown Friends and Family group on Facebook, and where you can find the Elite 8 poll that will not have the thing on there, so you can talk to us about that and not blame me in Austin. So yeah, but and we do have a new show coming up, Wheel of Movies, which will make an announcement. The first movie will be Raiders of the Lost Ark. I did a little YouTube short where I spun the wheel, so you can go find that, and then it'll either be tomorrow or the week after. We're gonna figure that out, but we'll let you know. That's why you can keep in touch with all of our socials, and also if you subscribe to the Movie Hero Network and you hit the little bell, you'll be notified of all that stuff. And the subscribers, subscribing to the channel is the best way that you can help us out. We really appreciate that. So yeah, we're in a big push for subscribers. And then we do have a Patreon. If you go to patreon.com/movie hero, and we'll be doing the Seen and Heard trivia this Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So you can come watch Ryan Kermison try to defend his win streak and see if he can win more than one. He's only won one, but if you can keep it going, he'll be invited back, or whoever wins the match. And we also have on our Patreon, we have some podcasts. We have Podcast League now that we've been doing mostly over there, and we've been doing a lot of drafts. We did a comedy TV show draft, so you can find that over there with some updated graphics that if you caught it live, you didn't get to see that. So that'll be over there. And then we do some giveaways from time to time. I'm gonna give away my one sheet movie posters from my time working in the movie theaters, and then soon, probably within about 2 days, I'll be posting an extended schedule of what we have coming up for tournament fights and tier rankers. If you want to see about 4 months out and you want to get first dibs on signing up for some of those episodes that do fill up fast sometimes, then you can see that over there. And speaking of tournament fights and tier ranker, I'll just give you a little preview of what we have coming up for those. So we already mentioned on Friday we're doing worst movie remakes. We'll be voting on the worst, what we all think is the worst movie remake of all time. Then we'll be doing our best movies of 2012 championship next Tuesday. So we already did part 1 and part 2. So we get into the championship, and then the Friday after that, we'll be doing the first episode of our Movie Hero Mystery Tournament, which will be a monthly thing. We're doing it once a month. We take all the same movies that are on the Wheel of Movies. We just spin it 64 times, and the first 64 movies to pop.
You have an idea?
Yeah.
Do your actual Raiders of the Lost Ark thing next Wednesday night, not this Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night, me and you, we jump on for an hour and we spin that wheel and figure out which movies are going to be on there. How about that?
That's exactly what I was thinking. So yeah.
How
Yeah,
about me?
so-
Because that'll just be me and you. I'll just be writing them
Great
down so I
minds
can make
think
the
alike.
bracket. You put it either on screen or on your phone or whatever. We spin it out because that'll just be a quick show, just figuring out which movies. And
Yeah,
that'll be it. So quick,
just make it
quick content. Less
quick
than an hour.
because
Yeah.
I want to try to give Raiders of the Lost Ark a rewatch. Maybe take some notes a little bit and like.
All right. So
like
how
some more
about we
stuff.
do that? Just me and
Yeah.
you jump on tomorrow night around 8 or 9 o'clock or something. Tomorrow night, and we'll do that spin and figure out which movies are going to be in that tournament. Perfect, right? Let's do
Yeah,
that.
and if any one of our regulars, you have to be a regular or a partner. But if you want to jump on with us to potentially have a third, just for fun, it's just going to be super casual, just us kind of just like literally like just like in like 5 seconds or like 10 seconds, just saying a quick thing about each one. So,
But you don't
so,
have
yeah.
to. It can just
So,
be me.
yeah,
George,
yeah.
if you want to.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Totally don't have to, but and then we have our best movie duos championship that we'll be finally getting to. So that's coming up on Tuesday, June 13th, and then we will be getting for Father's Day we'll be doing best movie dads as a tier ranker the same way that we did best movie moms. So and I'm about I'm like 80% done putting that list together. I'm not quite there, but I'm almost done. And then we get into our best movies of 2011. That'll be a 3-part series taking place all within 1 week, every other day, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then we'll get into our geek tournament where we're going to be determining the best geek character of all time. And we have about 8 different topics that we're going to cover. The first one's going to be best Star Wars character. So we're going to be doing a tournament of 64 for that. That'll be a tournament officially a part of the geek character series, because we already did one before with a bunch of the Star Wars competitors from the movie Trivia Schmodown. So you can find that on the channel also. Then we'll be getting into our best animated movies of all time championship tier ranker. So we're finally down to it. So that'll be the final one. So that'll be very tough. So yeah. Yeah. So for that, yeah. And then also we've had we're gonna have best movies with a city in the title, and then a separate episode with best movies with a state in the title. So those are coming up. Just before we get into our best movies of 2010 series, and I'll throw you 2 extra ones real quick, because we have best vacation movies. So they're just movies where people are on vacation because it's summertime. And then our second best geek characters tournament is going to be best Star Trek characters. So we'll be doing Star Wars and then Star Trek. So yeah. So.
And then
Watch
Jacob,
those.
we're going to do a
That's
tournament.
what we have.
We're going to do a tournament with those animated movies about a month after that tier ranker. We're going to take all the top 10s from that tournament and the honorable mentions and do like a actual tournament of all those best animated movies. So that'll be tough. That'll be another tough. So you'll do a tough one for tier ranker and then do a doubly tough one for a tournament right afterwards with a lot of great movies. So that'll be fun.
And for that one, that'll be fun because we can include the honorable mentions in there too. So we'll have a couple.
Yeah, we're gonna be including all those honorable mentions. We'll have one play-in match just so it evens out to 64. Right. But we think we figure out we'll just for Jordan we'll include Mulan in a potential play-in match so we can have a chance.
Yeah.
Well, just let me know when. I mean, I already have those picture saved since I've been making the charts. So just let me know.
So unless if it's too traumatizing to make that tournament with those matchups, Jacob, and I'll take over for you. But
yeah,
maybe too traumatizing as you're spinning the wheel and going, oh no,
like, shit. Yeah.
No.
What have I done? Yeah, but
if it's too traumatizing for you, let me know. I'll make it. But yeah.
But spoiler alert: Mulan's my favorite Disney movie of all time. So we'll probably be included for just the play-in, maybe. I mean, I'm not saying it's gonna like win or go anywhere.
No. We already said because we have 65 movies, so whatever the extra one is, we'll go put it up against Mulan for a play-in, just so at least has a chance. At least has a chance.
Yeah,
I know how much you love it. That's fine. I'm fine with that.
I appreciate it, but yeah. I think that will do it for us tonight. So thanks again, you guys, for jumping on this one, and we can do it again Friday, because I believe that we have basically the same panel minus one other person. I think
JPO will be on that one instead of Brian, I believe.
Yeah, we're gonna have JPO. Panel. Yeah.
Yep.
So that'll basically be it. So yeah, but for Malcolm, for Jacob, for Austin, for Richie, for Brian and Nussbaum. I've been Jordan, the movie hero Anderson, and we'll see you next time.